for a second there. Hey, Brent.
Hey, Chase. What is up?
What is up, dude?
Man, I am almost overly excited for tonight's show.
Overly excited? I know. We've been slacking. I don't know. Maybe it's just because we've been slacking so hard. You know, we haven't been on the show in 4 or 5 weeks. Multiple big races have gone down. We've missed a lot of shit.
Have we, though?
I mean, yes. Two major races. Well, we're coming in the tail end of a big race right now, but yeah, DNC. We missed a DNC show.
Yeah, we did.
That was my fault. I was sick.
Yeah, you were.
Sorry.
Yeah, you are.
You know what? When you're right, you're right. But let's get this show started. We've got Nick Hernandez coming in from TZO Tires. He has been a guest before, but he's super pumped to come on, so we were just going to oblige him. He actually forced us to be on the show tonight, so we're just going to let it happen.
I'm actually really excited to have him on because I got to spend a lot of time with him, and I didn't spend the whole weekend with him last weekend, so I hope he talks about what I wasn't around for, because I was around for a lot of rad shit. So, but hey,
all right,
this thing's getting going. I'm really excited. I hope Crystal is on tonight, because I finally got the disclaimer done and ready, and we're gonna drop this intro. You ready to go?
Ready, dude.
Let's fucking blow
this
night up. Here we go.
The following podcast is a group of people who will be talking shit, drinking, using cuss words, and living their best lives. The opinions or views expressed do not necessarily reflect the views of their sponsors, supporters, or anyone important outside of the four walls of the show. If you are not 18 or older, we suggest talking to your parents about this podcast before watching it and becoming scarred for life. We hope you will enjoy this and not get butthurt or become a keyboard warrior after taking it all in. Thank you for watching and supporting us on our journey.
What is up? We're live.
What?
If you leave
I hope you got your shares in.
I didn't. I couldn't figure it out. Wait, no. Okay, there we go. Okay, hang on.
Oh boy, we're already.
Sorry, it wouldn't let me share it during all of that, and I was trying to listen to the new intro / disclaimer, and it was not working.
Oh boy.
We're there.
What wasn't working? The disclaimer, or you being able to listen?
No, I don't know if it was like so fresh it wouldn't let me share it yet, or what. You know what I mean?
Yeah, whatever.
Who knows?
You can do some shout outs. Why don't you do the shout outs and I'll talk over you?
Okay. So Taylor DeLos is on. Josiah Jr., Anthony Wheeler, Sam Olstead, and Terry Brooklyn. What's up, dudes? What's up, dudes? What's happening? It's Tuesday. We're ready to unfold a lot of opinionated facts on things that have been going on in RC lately.
That's it? That's all you got?
I guess so. I was kind of waiting for you to talk there.
Oh.
Trying to hold me up.
I just want to say it's nice to see your beautiful hairy face after a month of not seeing you on here, and I hope you're feeling better. Hope you're feeling better.
For sure.
You know, and we missed you at PNB. I'm sure you might have missed me at DNC.
So, I definitely did.
Yeah, man. We do have a lot to catch up with. I think you came prepared with some good stuff. I'm really looking forward to getting the Teal Tickler on here and getting some of his feedback. And I think I'm pretty sure this was his first DNC. It's like my 10th DNC, or not
PNB.
DNC, PNB. I'm sorry. Both.
We need another race with 3 letters.
Yeah, those acronyms just. But yeah, and and then we're going to take some calls because I know somebody's got something to say, and I might just I just might have to call out a group of people from PNB that I witnessed some stuff happening. I got to say there's a couple things I was perturbed with. So,
Ooh, I'd love to hear it. We'll hear that with the dirty laundry Brent Densford calling them out section.
Nah, it's no dirty laundry. It's just I just want to speak my mind about 1-2 things maybe.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm ready to get rocking. But normally, we start off with some world news, some good products or new products, funny products. Why don't you get us started? What we got tonight?
Okay, well, we sent something to Robert. Pull up whichever one you'd like, Robert. We'll get going with that one.
Oh, this one's my choice. Well, you know where we're going first.
Let's see where
Chase, tell us about these wonderful night lights.
Okay, so I was cruising Amazon tonight, and I found some night lights for your toilet that just may or may not be identical to something else that might be used in the back rooms of your house. Looks like it's got good reviews. Did you see those reviews up there? A lot of 5-star reviews.
Wow, how many
This
of
is
them was
a
that?
night light for your toilet. Now,
sure?
I do not I do not recommend leaving this out on a shelf. Somebody will think you have an abnormally huge butthole, but it looks cool. If you like a little underglow for your poo, then
Wow.
it looks like it's got multiple colors and
brown one for this.
it'd be a brown one.
Let's go ahead and get a bronze light for our toilet, boys. I mean,
yes. Why don't you guys just order those up? # wheel and trigger and enjoy.
# wheel and trigger toilet talk going on right
Yes.
here. Wow.
Yeah.
That
was
the only thing that would make that even more wow is if it was like light on one end and yeah, wow.
Yeah, I mean, does it show where you're supposed to place that in the toilet? Because it looks like it would just clog it, right? I don't. Is it sit in the bottom of the bowl? Can you pull that up again, Robert? We need to find this out right now.
Let's do some research because that is.
I need to know where do you mount this light? Where does it go? Is it smaller than it looks? Oh, we're gonna watch a video.
Oh yeah, nice.
Oh
Go
wow,
ahead.
look at
Rock
that.
it. Wow, changes colors,
dude.
That's not what it
Remote
looks
control.
like.
What the fuck?
How come we're getting a totally different?
Wait a minute. What? Oh, is that just
that's
like
the top of the toilet bowl?
No, that just.
Oh,
shit! They had us
fail, dude.
that thing. Those were lit up toilet bowls. Okay.
Oh, what a fail!
All right. All right. So that wasn't. It's made for good content, I think. But yeah, it definitely wasn't what we thought it was.
Oh. Fudge.
So feel free to leave that out on the shelf and light up your room if you feel need so. So it's just a light that hangs over a seat.
The bigger question is, Chase, were you looking for butt plugs?
No.
What were you looking for to find that specific item? That's the big question.
Well, when looking for these things, you just type up exciting new products. So, it could be exciting in more ways than one.
That was a Google search, exciting new product.
Amazon search, exciting products.
Fantastic.
That's where we got with that one. Oh my god! They tricked us, man. I wonder how many people have bought that thinking they're gonna get this freaking NAR plug, and then
whatever. That is
all right. Moving on,
dude. Fantastic.
Oh my gosh, what's up, Dylan Peterson? What's going on, Anthony Wheeler? I'm glad you enjoyed that one. Joe Zaire, you might have to call in and tell us your experience with light up toys.
Yes, please.
Oh, Lenny Langford, always with a good creative comment there. Thanks, Lenny.
Would you like me to show them the other Amazon from your
algorithm? Yes. Okay, so these are light up gloves.
Light up butt plug. Okay.
Yes, so we're obviously somehow exciting gadgets always involve lights. And I think these could possibly be useful in the pits if the pits are dark, or if you just want to play lightsaber Wolverine. I don't know, man. Times
Oh,
were
yeah,
look at
there
those
you go.
things. Look at them go. So you can use them in the pits. They also offer protection, maybe, against sharp objects, guys that have screws too long for their nuts, things like that. Yeah, man.
What
Light
a
up
great
gloves. That's
explanation.
pretty much what those things are. So I don't know if you are interested in those. They're available on Amazon for $21.99. It looks like.
Dang.
That's not the most confidence-inspiring split of reviews.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're breathable and comfortable. Says it right there on the video.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Yeah, those reviews would scare me.
Maybe a rave, rave dancing.
Yeah, dude. The whole,
There's all
dancing with your
kinds of shit
hands
you
and
could
all
do with those
that,
gloves.
dude.
So, multi-purpose light up gloves with some padding.
Can you imagine like karate chopping wood with those? That might be kind of cool.
Pretty dope. Pretty dope. Or like,
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know what else.
Interesting.
Yeah, pretty slow out there on the Amazon world.
All right.
So that's what I got for new products.
I got one.
Okay, let's see it.
Mine's not new. I don't know why I just found it, but it's not necessarily new. When I was looking for dumb products, it pulled up, and it happens to be a product that has been out for at least 9 years. And the name of this product, will it pull up, is Hands with a Z Off Anti-Masturbatory Gum.
Oh, wow.
It's fast acting, instant relief, lasting up to 6 hours. So I assume, based on the name and the description, it will stop you from having the urge to masturbate by chewing gum. So,
all right.
For all you guys out there that are like getting ready to get on the driver's stand, you're ready to like rub one off, just pop a hands off in the mouth and chew it. Gives you 6 hours of relief, and you got all day of wheeling it with no masturbatory thoughts whatsoever. So
Could you imagine, like, on a serious note, if you had such an urge to jerk off all the time that you like were like, finally, I found this thing that's gonna help me out, like Nicorette gum. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, the cravings. It stops
The cravings.
dude. Like, what are we doing in this world? There is a product for everything. Wow.
You're on a drive, a single lane road.
Yeah, can you imagine?
For hours, and you're just like, man, I think I might just have to right now. It's like
wearing.
I'm good.
Yeah. Going down the road on your way to Tijuana. Speaking of Tijuana.
What about Tijuana?
Nothing. I'm trying to get our. Oh, okay, they are. Speaking of Tijuana.
What's up, Justin Veazey?
Look who it is.
There he is, man.
Nick.
There he
Nick
is
in the house.
What is up, Nick? What's going on?
What's up? What's up, fellas? That was I was about to eat some gum. I had the urge.
Yeah.
I was gonna rub one out right before, and I ate some gum, and I'm good now.
No.
Okay, good.
It's a good thing that you did that, because I might have.
I heard Tic Tacs are coming out with those too, so you'll be able to gobble those up and feel right at home.
I'll be ready to rock.
Oh, speaking of Tic Tacs, I didn't see you have one container of Tic Tacs this weekend.
Dude, that's because when I flew over there, I ate like 3 jumbo packs, and I ate them all.
So you're a little burnt out. Burnt out on the tack?
I was fucking Tic Tac out, bro.
Tennessee is allergic to Tic Tacs.
Yeah, you should have saw the guy next to me on the plane. He's like, "You okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm fucking almost out of Tic Tacs."
You got a blanket?
Yeah. It was bad.
Oh, man.
All right, guys. You guys obviously, have to have a little bit of an RC hangover coming just back from PNB. You probably arrived today or yesterday, yeah, Nick? Got back home?
Yesterday. I was blown out. I'm still blown out. It's a long week.
Oh, yeah. They all are.
Yeah.
All these races, man.
I'm a little blown out still. There was a couple nights that there wasn't a lot of sleep, and there's some. I got to tell you that 2 races in the last 6 months, Lucas has proved to me proved differently that he might somewhat, just a little bit, know how to party. And he pulled one out on Friday night. He was definitely in true Lucas form, and he lasted a long time. So Nick
Let's
went
get
to
a round of
bed.
applause for Lucas.
Yeah,
Partying.
absolutely.
Good job.
Good job, Lucas.
It's hard to do those races, man. You got to play it, as a partier. You got to play it. You got to have a strategy, almost like a pit strategy with your partying.
Here's the thing: with Lucas he was right. Just hit the head on the, just hit the nail on the head with it. It's all started off drinking at like 10 in the morning on Friday, but when it started really getting wild was we came back from drinking a few beers over at the Mayfield area, I believe, and then we come in and it's like midnight, and at midnight at PNB at this time on the practice night, Lance has already turned on autopilot. He's in bed because he's got a long day the next day, and the speakers in the vendor tent area, the big place where all the vendors and pro pits are really loud. And not only are they really loud, but the timing system, every time a car goes by, goes boop, boop, 47.3, boop, 47.9, boop, 50.3. So Lucas really loves it, and he starts, every time he hears a boop, starts yelling times. And everyone heard Lucas around the whole arena as he did it for about an hour. And
holy cow, that's a little probably long.
Yeah,
for doing that.
And then next thing you know, a lot of people joined us in bringing lots of bottles of moonshine and liquor and beer. And I think the Rhino's lady friend that shows up with all her baked goods, I think Lucas and some other people tried to smoke some white chocolate covered Oreos.
Tried to smoke them.
Things got weird. That's all I got to say. Things got really weird. It was a long
Hot
night.
knife and cookies. Never heard of that one.
This turned into about almost 5 o'clock in the morning night. And
night.
Practice night. This is our second night.
Okay.
And yeah. And then, so then the party on Saturday night, when I said I wasn't going to drink again after Friday night, ended up going to about 2 o'clock in the morning, right outside of Cole's and Mayfield and Heckert's rigs around the fire. That was a fun night. I think Nick ducked out of there about an hour before I did.
Yeah, I left about 2:33. It just was getting lame. Talk was getting weird. Talk was going down the deep end. It was like, I'm out. Was that Brent? Was that the first night? Friday night was when you texted me and called me a pussy.
That was the one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I totally was a pussy.
Yeah, because no coffee was being made. You pussed out. You were gone.
I was so disappointed in myself that night.
They call it psycho for a reason. You're supposed to be there and get psycho.
What you guys are saying is you went hard every night. And then I'm assuming by Friday or Saturday, you guys mellowed out just a little bit. Or no, you guys kept going.
No.
Good job. Good. Another round of applause for these gentlemen. Please, Robert. Yes.
It literally, it was crazy because it's 3 hours ahead of our normal time. But once we get in there, time just goes by so fast and it's so late. And you're going to bed at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and waking up at 6 and 7, and it's a blur. That place is crazy. Definitely.
Yeah.
And then you suck on top of it and you're like, what is going on? Even
you thought the partying was going to help the racing.
I mean, at any point I needed something to help something. And I was like, this is complete dog shit. And then when I talked to Brent, he's like, I'm sober. I'm taking this shit serious. I'm like, dude, I better sober up.
I better figure something out. Yeah, so let's talk about your guys' race experience. Nick, from the gate, how are you doing? How are you feeling? What car were you running? I know you run like 6 different cars. So,
in my truck, I was running the HB, and then my buggy, I was running a Mugen, and then I just straight didn't do e-buggy.
Okay.
I sucked so bad with my buggy that I didn't even break my truggy out because it was just too terrible.
All right.
It's just weird. It's when I get there, everything feels different. Like my car doesn't feel right, my controller doesn't feel right, my motor's not tuned right, my servos are working weird. It's making me drive off the track, and it was a good time.
Nice. It has nothing to do with just being hazy, fog hazy. Just everything was kind of working weird, or what?
Yeah, it's like somebody else was driving my car and it wasn't me. So then when I talked to Brent, he's like, well, you got 24 hours of practice. And then by like 12:31, it started to feel normal. And then I go to get my truggy and my truggy won't start. And then it's like 2:30 and I'm like, you know what? I'm fucking over this shit. I'm going to bed.
There
And
you go.
Then you go to bed and you're up at 7:00 and you're dead tired, ready for qualifier 1.
With confidence through the roof.
Oh, dude, I was gonna win. I already won practice. I was gonna win my race for sure.
Nice. How about you, Brett? How were you feeling out there from day one?
Well, I only ran practice 3 times because I didn't want to get up early on Friday morning and do the early open practice. And then when I did the block practice, the line for intermediate was very, very long, and it took 45 minutes to an hour usually to get to the front of the line, to get up on the drive stand. Maybe when it got down to the end of it, about a half hour. So I went 3 times, and then that night, instead of doing the all night practice like I normally try to do, it was so cold Friday night. I was not feeling it. I just had zero desire to get up there and drive. So I never even threw my truck down to practice. My first race on it was my first race, and I felt pretty good. I mean, I really drove good for not racing since September. My truck hadn't even been clean when I got to the track on Wednesday since Nationals. That was the last time I drove my truck. So I had a good time. I did, for myself, I did exceptionally well. I really wanted to beat Nick. That was kind of my like goal the whole weekend.
You were the bar, Nick.
Yeah,
Well, it wasn't that high.
I like to set my bar
was not that
achievable.
high.
Yeah, I like to set it achievable, and I didn't achieve it. He beat me. He beat me up. But he really worked hard at it. I did take Saturday, and I didn't drink until I was done running. That was like my thing. And then when I was done, I was like, I'm not drinking. I'm going to bed early. I was tired. And then here comes TJ and Nick and everybody else handing me beers and stuff. And that doesn't end properly.
It ends
I mean,
awesome. Every time.
technically your truck was dirty, but it was in pieces when I saw it. It was chassis only.
Oh yeah, I put it together on Saturday morning. So before I even ran it, it never even got to.
So did you have like screws in a Ziploc bag, and you kind of came with like some half-haggard truck?
It came to the track completely off track from Nationals last year. But when I put it, when I got to my pits, I tore it all apart, and by the time practice was done, the truck wasn't apart or wasn't put together yet. So I put it together Saturday morning when I woke up around 10, and
nice.
Yeah. And
it sounds like you guys did pretty decent for how much fun you had. I mean, both you guys were in B mains. Nick was a BQ, right?
Yeah.
BQ. Yeah. So you guys really didn't do half bad. I mean, it was, I can't recall, but I mean, there had to have been 4 or 5 mains in each one of those classes you guys were in, and you were in the top Bs and didn't make the As, but I think the Bs is where the fun guys are at, So hats off to you guys. You guys did pretty well.
One thing me and Brent talked about, and people kind of frown on us, and they're like, how are you not prepped? How are you not ready? Why isn't your car built? Why isn't you doing this? We're so busy working that we don't have time to fuck with our cars. Then when we get to the race, that's the only time we get to work on the cars, and half the time we're busy with customers. So it's a catch-22. Like going out there, I knew I was going to lose my body in the main. Totally my fault. And I didn't give a shit.
So
and
was that a clip issue, or what was that? Was there no body clips on there? Or did it get torn off in some carnage, or did you have a blown out body? What was going on?
It was a coal issue. And
you gonna blame coal?
It was a coal issue. It was on my 5th car. That body was so old, and Cole
You
helped
know,
me rip it
maybe
off. Cole was like,
nice.
"Fuck it." He threw it out to the fans in the stands.
Nice.
Somebody grabbed it. I autographed it later, and they were like, "Dude,
What's up?
we want the guy's autograph that went from BQ to like 12th place," and that was me.
Perfect.
It was awesome.
Yes.
You did touch on something, and I concur 100%. It's very tough no matter where we go. I don't mind this, you know. I don't want this to sound like I'm complaining because I don't. I actually, that's one of the reasons I go to these races. Actually, the main reason I go is to hang out with the people that I don't see often, to meet new customers, people that I've been with that have been customers of mine or friends of mine for years that I only get to see once or twice a year. So I spend a lot more time just sitting there talking and wandering around talking to other people than I do working on my stuff. And unfortunately, I don't have the time to prepare before I go. So I don't expect any kind of great results. And when I like, if I go out and do a 5-minute run without crashing, that's like a win for me because I have zero practice. I have zero time that I'm prepping for these races. And to go out there and just have a good time and know that I drove pretty good, 100% like a win for me. So
Yes.
Yeah,
that's boozing material for me.
It's definitely a lot of work for dudes like us that have our brands to go out there and race when we're out there mingling with people and trying to get content for our brands, trying to do a lot of work for our brands, and then try and be competitive and race at the same time. It's a lot of work, man, and it's tough. So
Yeah,
that's why I'm saying
I was pitting Camden in all three of his class, well, his 2 nitro classes. So, you know, I was always, whenever he had to go up, I was making sure that I was up there taking his stuff up. So yeah, there's nothing.
it's a lot of work.
There's a lot of work going on. So I don't really,
Yes.
I have zero expectation of my own results anymore. My results are how late can I stay up? Can I beat Lucas and party in? How many times do I
Yes.
text my friends and tell them they're sissies when they're not there hanging out? You know, those are the things that I enjoy.
That's all part of racing right there.
Yeah, but it's fun. That's why we started these brands. That's why we do it. We just love the whole thing, not just the racing. It's the full circle of it all that makes it awesome to go to these things.
For sure.
Yeah, I would agree. I love talking shit, talking to people, and being unprepared. It's awesome.
Yes, it's the best. You kind of got to throw doing well in the races by the wayside a little bit.
Yeah. We're there for our drivers, not for us.
Exactly.
So you want to talk about the results of this here PNB real quick? Just go over a little bit of how everybody did.
Absolutely. Pros and intermediates nitro.
All right. So starting off with the pros. Okay, so I'm in the pits and I'm pitting Camden, and this specific race, the Pro Nitro Buggy race, I had to pit Camden, and then my Truggy race, my B main was directly after. So I had to pit him for 3 pit stops, make sure he was good. Then I had to run, go get my gear, get it fired up and get ready so that I could race. And all I could hear where pit lane was, most of us in pit lane could not see the track where all the racing was happening. I haven't watched it back yet, but I have never heard an RC crowd yell and hear the crowd go wild as much as I did during that race. So I know some wild shit was going down with Mayfield
For the Pro
and Dakota. Yeah.
Yeah, it was bananas. It was fun to watch.
I mean, we could hear it from the pits, and I don't know, you know, depending on where you're standing, you might could saw some of it, but where I was, where Tim and I were, we couldn't see shit. But Mayfield took that win. Him and Dakota battled it out the entire time. I mean, they were together the entire race. Seth in third. Seth had a very, very good, strong, solid weekend.
Yeah, he looked good in everything. He was in the mix everywhere.
It's good seeing him have some pace, and you know, he did good last year at Wicked. He had some speed at DNC, so he's really, it looks like his program's coming back together. He's putting a lot of work in, and I believe Mayfield, you know, being the head of that team, has really also opened up some avenues for those guys to have a little more freedom. But Seth's doing really good. Spencer Rifkin in that 4 spot, which is actually kind of surprising to me. He was struggling most of the weekend, really wasn't that impressive. So to pull off a podium, that was pretty good. And Mason Fuller rounding out the top 5 in that S-Works car. B Rose in 7th, Jared Wiggins all the way up to 6th, Ogden in 8th, Lutz 9th, Cole Cast in 10th. those guys, man, the top 5 of that race were really, really fast. But really it came down to the Mayfield and Finn show once again.
Yeah, there were some highlights of that race where Mayfield had this line coming out of that smooth section that nobody was taking. It was like an inside line that, man, I guess in the race environment, you can't really catch on unless you're following or whatnot. But, man, if you were watching it on TV, you could see Mayfield taking this line on the inside from the smooth concrete that was just so much better
Was
than
he like
everybody else
riding
in
up
one.
the side of it?
Yes. So he wasn't hitting the gnar bump that everybody was hitting,
That's so
coming
hard
in
because
straight in the main line.
Which
can't-
one did you think was faster though? It was kind of like
Well,
I don't know.
the
It was
bumpy
close
one
because
was more
sometimes
direct, but the way Mayfield was doing it, he was doing it good. So he'd already have traction coming in. It looked like from TV maybe a foot or two before he was getting his traction and moving forward when everybody else was hitting that bump and losing a little speed, and then he would be on their ass on the turn, like every time for Dakota. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like,
dude, that
it was
section
fast.
gnarly. That concrete was so crazy.
I bet it was so much gnarlier in
It
person
was-
than it was
it was
depicted on
crazy.
TV.
Well, the thing about that, where he was coming in, if he was doing that, because I saw Mason doing it in the e-buggy main event. If he was doing it like that, what's so hard to think about unless you were actually there driving is you cannot see that spot he was riding. That
So
is
he
a
was blind.
total blind spot, total
Yeah.
blind. And
He
if
was-
you were doing
his
it
car,
every
yeah.
lap, that just shows you how impressive that man is holding a dang wheel and trigger, man. Because you could not see anything until you got to about 1/3 of the way in the concrete over. You lose your car completely, total blind spot. So
Okay.
that
Well,
was
from
rad.
TV, it looked like it was the faster way to go. That looked like where he was making up some time, at least a safer line. If it wasn't faster, all the way through the whole thing, I think it was. Because, I mean, you're either sliding and bouncing or you're hopping on and going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Peyton,
that spot
is,
looked really good for Mayfield. I think Dakota was a little faster, like in the back section coming up. It looked like he went uphill
he
and then
was
dropped
way
down the
faster.
step down and then the right turn after that and then through 180 to the big double. He was lightning fast there.
He
like
would gain on
lightning fast
Mayfield.
there.
If he was behind Mayfield, he would gain on him on that back left section so fast coming down to that drop down there.
Especially where Dakota jumped over Mayfield for the pass. He did the Camden DNC line. It was the most insane shit ever, man. Oh, there it is. Justin Huglin's commenting right there. Yeah, that jump over was beautifully done. It was awesome. Who knows if that was an accident or not, or just going for it in the thrill of the race. But man, there's no way you could plan something like that. It just happened and it worked and it was awesome.
Yep. All right, so moving on to Pro Nitro Truggy. Mayfield backs up his buggy win with a Truggy win. He is just on a tear right now. That thing, he's really got those techno vehicles working good. And to no surprise, like I said, as good as Seth's been running, he pulls out a great second place finish. Dakota in third. Both those guys are my guys. They both run in the Ultimate Racing Engines, a second and third in both the Nitro classes. So 2 of the top 5 podium spots in both classes were very good engines, in my opinion. Ryan Lutz in that 4th spot. Mason Fuller with a pair of 5s. He comes home in that 5th spot in truck as well. I'm going to tell you right now, Camden Lime had a top 3 car truck. It's very disappointing what happened. His pit man and I, me being the head pit man, but Tim being the do we have a product? Do we have a product for Tim?
I think I might just have the perfect thing.
Go ahead.
We have something for you, Tim. I know Tim is watching right now, and we were talking about this pre-show, and we heard you might just need a little bit louder voice to call up to your driver there. So we've got a portable microphone, megaphone right here. It's very small. It could probably fit in a pit bag. It's $17.99. That way
could fit in your butt.
Your driver can hear. Yeah. Your driver can hear you call him.
I'm
it might be a little too soon for that, but yeah, that's
it's not too soon.
There you go, Tim.
I know that Tim was just as sick as me and Tim were just as sick as can be for Camden. He drove his ass off and he had a great car. We called him in.
Pull up Tim's comment.
I'm pretty sure it was, hey, Camden, pit, something like that. And I don't think he actually got the look that you're supposed to get from the driver to acknowledge. And Camden drove right by pit lane on his pit window. And sure enough, 3/4 of a lap later, he ran out of fuel, killing his chances for a top 3. We were in third when that happened. He had just got by Dakota and really looking good. And it's really, it's a bummer for Camden because he's really been putting in the work, and I was gutted for sure, but he didn't get the result. It doesn't show. He ended up, let's see, Camden was 12th, and he had his pits let him down. Even though we were killing it on pit stops, we did no justice by not getting him in when he was supposed to. So
now I think the Truggy one was hard to watch because I think Seth's or somebody's transponder was messing up.
it was
It was showing Camden in third, out of third, in third, out of third, like just back and forth the whole time. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? You know, like is Camden in third or is he in fourth or what spot's he in? But I was definitely rooting for Camden.
It was Seth's transponder. They ended up having somebody called up there. Everyone knew he was in second place at the time. And they started hand counting him, making sure nothing went wrong. He stayed, and he deserved it. He was there. But that being said, Camden was bouncing between third and fourth with the transponder issues. However, he got by Dakota for third before he ran out of fuel. So he was in it. Like there was a chance for him to get a really big podium for him. He's been, as we've seen this year, really been
close.
Really
so
close.
Much.
Really
close. With the Pro-Am win, almost like he's been close the whole damn time.
Yep.
So his day's coming.
He almost won sick and Truggy, and had a really good buggy at SIC as well. So yeah, his day is definitely coming. Those fast kids, I mean, Mason, we talked about this as well. Mason, B Rose, Camden Lime, Spencer Heckert. I'm not saying some other names, but these kids are just lightning fast, and the new generation of RC is looking good.
Did you guys see what Mayfield and the Techno guys ran on the rear, the springs?
Yes.
They went to a shorter spring in the rear. It almost looked like a buggy front. It was tiny.
It's actually been on the internet quite a bit, and they were running short course. I don't know, front or rear, short course springs on the rear of their buggies.
Wow.
And there was actually a science breakdown in an RC podcast. Max Mort broke it all down. It was a little bit too much for me to read. You know, once you get past a paragraph, I'm pretty much out.
I got short spring on the back, and I was checked out.
Yeah. So
there's an explanation from the man himself, just talking about a little bit of what happened with Seth. He had a hit or miss transponder. Yeah, I mean, we could see it on the screen. It was counting here and there. So, but the good thing was you know, in the pros, it doesn't get to a situation where people are getting lapped 10 times in a 30-minute race. And everyone knew that Seth was there, you know, so that's a pretty easy one, especially when he's up there in second, and he wasn't far off of Mayfield. So that's an easy one. I could see where a case could be made for, I don't know if this was even talked about. I don't know if he got bitched at for it, if Lance got bitched at. I could see where a case could be made where if it doesn't work, then not our problem. You know, he shouldn't get it. But let's just be fair here. You never pass the guy. Do you really want to win like that? Or do you really want to, you know, pick up a spot like that? So
absolutely not.
I don't think that was even an issue. I'm just throwing that out there pro bono.
Well, that's cool. They brought a second official up there to make sure that was legit. That's cool. Yeah. Shout out to those guys for sure.
All right, let's go to intermediate nitro buggy. So
hang on, since we have Lance on, you know, in these 30 minutes mains, you know, we saw a lot of the front runners, and I think for TV it would be sick to see some of those 5th, 6th, and 7th place battles for that last spot on the podium, because it gets wild back there with people dicing it up and doing all that stuff. So, you know, we could do 27 minutes of the top 2 guys, but let's see some of that last podium fight in every main.
Well, I think that that's possible when you don't have a really good battle going on up front. I think that should be where
Yes.
they turn the attention to.
Nitro buggy main? Absolutely not. That
Right.
was all hands on deck. That was insane. All that. But, just think about it, guys. Just think about it. It'd be cool to see.
Gotcha. I agree with you, to be honest with you. All right. So now we're going to move to intermediate nitro buggy after I was so rudely interrupted.
Sorry about that. You want me to mute my mic?
No, not one bit. All right, so pretty diverse top 5 here. We for anybody that's watched Chris Morant or that's seen him race or been around the industry long enough, the dude is a super fast racer. He's borderline probably mid-pack pro. Definitely A main quality in intermediate, but he doesn't. I haven't seen him win a bunch of these big ones, if any, to be honest. He got one. He got a big one. That was a big win. I don't know how many. There was 86 intermediate nitro buggies, and I would say 50 of those 86 probably could have made the A main. And that's a big win. So congrats to Chris Moran for winning that. And Jimmy Fishback coming all the way out from California to take a strong second place. But looks like Chris Morant pretty much dominated that race. Dylan Raposo, if I got your name wrong, sorry, from Canada, finishing in third. Ryan Daze from Spartanburg, South Carolina, finished fourth. And lifetime intermediate driver Will McIver finishing in that 5th spot there. Chuck Berg 6. Old Donnie Elliott there in 7th. Man, there's some great names in here. These guys,
the whole thing was full of great names.
Yeah.
Especially Chris Morant. Chris Morant reminds me of someone who's got the work ethic of Jared Wiggins.
Yeah.
That dude is at the track every freaking day, working hard, and that's rad that he got that win that he was looking for, dude, because he's definitely been working his butt off. Sorry, I didn't read the race report, dude. It was like this long. It was so damn long, dude.
Just like Jared
I
Wiggins.
I didn't get past a couple sentences, but good for you, man.
Just like Jared Wiggins, he he races with his significant other, and she's his pit chick, and they killed it. They did it. They earned it. He's been putting in that work, and super stoked to see him and get a win. I know he's been back and forth on a couple cars over the last few years, and looks like he's finally found something that really works. So
good stuff. Good stuff. Mike Fuller's in the house. Justin Hoogland's in the house. Matthew Hancock's in the house. Todd Christian, what's up? Avelino, Caleb Sanchez, and Austin Michael Snyder. What's up, guys? And I think Tim Lime might still be watching, but
we probably pissed him off.
We might have pissed him off a little bit.
Bye. Bye, Tim.
Love you, Tim.
Bud Lime. All right, so let's move on to that intermediate nitro truggy. Ryan Daze, I left before this happened. It was getting late. I had a 7-hour drive, so we were trying to get home and get to work. But Ryan Daze with a big win, taking that intermediate nitro truck. Mike League, is it League or Legoo? I'm sorry, Mike. Shit. Chris Morant in a 3rd, so he got 2 podiums out of his weekend. Wade Piggott. Man, I'm bad with names. I'm so sorry. If I say your name wrong, whatever.
It's like those old cars, Peugeot.
Yeah,
remember those things? They look like Jaguars.
Peugeot. And Ryan Prince, that's your top 5. And then Wilson Cowart. Now, he's a tiny little man. I don't know how old he is. I bet he's no older than 12, 13 at the oldest. He's on an
Now, that's your boy, right, Nick?
Oh,
was that the young stud that made the A main for his first time? I know you guys were promoting him.
I believe so. Who is his name?
Wilson.
Sorry,
Wilson
guys,
Cowart.
cut out.
Wilson Cowart.
I don't know. I'm not.
But
sure.
you were promoting some other young.
No,
buck, right?
that was the Sportsman e-buggy guy.
Okay, right on.
Yeah, he TQ'd and won. He
Sick.
killed it all weekend.
Nice.
Hey, little
Sick.
guy too. It's little.
looked little.
I don't even know how old he is. He came over. He was all excited. We were stoked for him.
You said it was
Brad.
Sportsman e-buggy.
Yeah.
Luke Prevacek.
Yep.
Wow. Good job,
He
Luke.
killed it.
Oh,
Hell
that's
yeah.
right. Damian Mosey just checked in, and he said a positive from PNB was the drone footage, and it was. The drone footage was sick.
Yeah, that was cool. That was
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
it was super
who
good.
does that is Dave Lycom's son, Cooper.
Nice.
Yeah, he's really into the FPV stuff, and he did it last year as well. And it's very, very good. Very, very good.
I remember when the first race that we covered that had some drone footage, I was thinking that it might distract the drivers, but who gives a shit? That looks really cool.
It was way cool.
Are we trying to grow RC? Are we trying to get best coverage and TV as we can? Like, I understand the concentration's a big part of it. And really the only time we saw it was when the pros were up there. And those guys can drive through anything. Nothing's distracting those guys. That's why they are who they are. If anybody had a bad race because that drone was following them around or went by them while they were racing, take a step back, head on into intermediate or whatever, get your bearings straight and go back up later. You're trying to make a better broadcast,
Yeah, so could this maybe bring in some of the cable cam shit, like Supercross has?
We've had that
stuff.
we
have. We did have it at DNC
done that a few times.
Yes, yeah. DNC, I remember that. They had the cable cam.
They've done
that.
That
was cool. The drone was,
I think they did it at Lance can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they did it at Lance or at wherever Lance's town is. I can't remember off the top of my head right now. Lake City, Florida. That the Nationals down there. But yeah, I've seen it a couple times. They were doing it for a little while.
Sick. Yeah, the drone was definitely cool. I liked it.
Yeah. You know what was cool about that?
So sick.
That on the site, that race was really cool because you got 24 hours of practice. I really think a lot of race, like they should incorporate that in every big race, because if you suck by qualifier 1, that's totally your fault. I think the way they ran the PNB was pretty awesome. Even the wristband system I heard was brand new this year.
Well, so let's
the way they did the pro race too, with the time slots, and like, since we were talking about TV time and all that, like the way they did the pros was really cool.
Yeah, how they had the pros finishing a little earlier. They weren't the dead last race of the day. That was cool. To be able to break up.
They did that so it was on schedule, so everyone could set their clocks to watch those races. I bet they got some really good data on how many people were watching at those specific times, because everybody knew exactly when they were going to be up.
Yeah, it was 3 hours apart. It was like 3, 6, and 9 p.m.
Yep.
To watch those pros.
So that was awesome. So I'm a big fan of the block practice system. Lance has been doing that now since I want to say North Georgia Shootout last year, or at least Peach State last year. And he did it at our races that I put on, the Pro-Am and Fall Brawl. And so I think it's a great idea. I think it really worked well for the pros, because you got 50 pros. They can really utilize that time. They're on the stand every two run or every 2 rotations. They really can utilize that time. And I know that the sportsmen and the intermediate got a little more time than the pros did. And I know that there was a lot more practice afterwards. For me, I think a little differently than you, Nick. In this situation, I think that this should be almost more like a DNC scenario where and I know it takes one extra person. You got to have somebody there to monitor it. But so many people can run so often. And this will bring me to another point. I feel like they should limit it to tickets. Every class you get 10 tickets or something, because the block practice was only good for the people that wanted to cheat the system. And this is where I'm going with this. I watched many people, at least 3, when I say many, enough people to piss you off.
Not many people, but many.
Yeah, not many, but many.
Okay.
That would... And I know this is self-policing and whatever, but this isn't the whole reason I don't think that the block practice was great for this specific event. But one thing that really pissed me off and irked me, and there's some people that have been doing this a long time, they should have the respect to go out and do what's right. Many people not marshaling when they get done, and not only just going right back in line, but finding a friend of theirs halfway up the line and just hanging out and talking with them. And then, they're right back in line halfway up the line, when it's an hour-long wait. And I understand we all have to wait in that line, and it sucks. Everyone wants to get up there. Like I said, I only practiced 3 times. I was there from Wednesday. Nothing was done on Wednesday. No practice on Thursday. Start practice on Friday morning. I ran a total of 15 minutes from Wednesday to Saturday morning. Now, that's no one's fault. I'm not blaming. There's no race organizer involved in that. That's nobody's fault but mine. However, if you had tickets for the daytime or something, the block system's good. It's just not good when you have 200 people, not entries in a class in an area, but people that are racing in the intermediates and in the sportsmen's. It's not good for those levels. It's just too much. The lines get too long. Maybe you have to split those up into 2. Maybe here's an idea. Take that block that's 3 hours, maybe make it 4 hours, and then split those in half and say if your last name is A to G or whatever the middle of the alphabet is, you're the first 2 hours, and then the other or something. Split them up so that you know that you're either half up front and half on the back, something like that.
Or you just do it, like how DNC and Joey does it, where your practice heat is your heat.
Well, and
that was pretty cool. I thought DNC did it pretty cool.
DNC is another example of it's very fair. Everyone gets the exact same amount of track time. And I also agree with that. They
could run it. They could just keep running that, but just heat. So it's just more organized. There's no wristbands. There's no cheating. There's no handing off tickets. Even at TNR, people were offering me, practice tickets and things like that. Like, I'm not going to run this one. Go ahead and take my ticket. You could run another run, something like that. I didn't run TNR this year.
Who cares? If you give up your tickets, that's fine. But there's only so many tickets in circulation. That means only so many people can run in line and everything else. I don't give a shit if you sell them. I don't care if you don't use them. I don't care if you hand them to your friend, whatever you want to do. But there's only so many tickets in circulation for you to. Now, I'm not saying that everything was wrong. And Lance just posted. He says they've got a correction for it. And I'm not even bitching about it. I'm just saying.
I like that they made an adjustment. I'm sure everybody liked it too.
I'm a fan, and I thought it was going to work better, but being in the intermediate and being in an hour-long line, it did suck because there's more people in intermediate and sportsmen than there was pro. I'm glad the pros got their time. They didn't have to deal with any of the sportsmen, the intermediates out there. Like, it was really, really good. I think everybody was great. Everything went fine. I'm not bitching. I do think those people, and you guys, if you're listening to this show, you know who you are. You're kind of an ass for doing that kind of stuff. Get out there and marshal and go get in the back of the line like everybody else. You're no different. You're no more special than anyone else. Or why don't you find one of your friends in sportsman or pro, or if you're one of the other two that can marshal for you, that you can marshal for them. Have a system so that you can get the most out of it. But don't be a dick and not marshal and then cut the line. Because I watched it happen multiple times, and those people suck. So next time I catch you doing it, I'm going to go tap on your shoulder and tell you to head on to the back.
Hey, was that practice line longer or was it shorter than normal? Like, right at the PNB podium, was that like a normal line? Because that's kind of how far I went.
It was further than that in intermediate. When I was trying to go, it was going down past the.
There was like a whole driver stand full right past it, like
at least maybe 2 driver stands full past the podium, and that's normal. But it's usually like that almost the whole day on Friday. That's why the blocks were good, because people didn't have to wait in it and then get out there with a bunch of different speed drivers. So
pros, most importantly, pros need to practice with pros. Every class needs to practice with their own class, or it just messes everybody up. Nothing against sportsmen or rookies or intermediates, or you know what I mean? You all should just be practicing with your own skill level. Or else you just flew all the way across the country to just have a shitty practice and,
Yeah. And I think it was, honestly, I think it was much better than it has been in years past. I'm not upset about. I could have waited in line more. I could have woke up earlier and got more practice. I could have practiced on Friday night, but it was so cold. I said, fuck it. I'm not making excuses for me. I'm just saying, I know that there's a little bit of a better way, and that's it. Like, I think they did great. I think that they're thinking. I think Lance has got a good good thing going on there. And, Dave allows Lance to come up with these ideas or do different things. And I have no problems with how it went. I do have problems with shitheads that cut the line and don't marshal. That's different. But the fact of the matter is they're trying. And I think for 937 entries or whatever it was, it went pretty good. I just know it could be better. And Lance is the kind of guy, and like he's already said, that they've already thought of a way to adjust it to make the block practice better. I know he's a smart enough guy to make it better, and he wants it to be better,
100%.
So it was good. It was good. And I hate to rant about those jackasses, but something has to be said. There's going to be those people that are always going to try to get away with stuff like that. And this was my last straw. If I catch it again, I'm definitely calling them out by name.
Very selfish.
For sure.
On that note, can we take a commercial break? Is that possible, please?
We're at 100 people, and you're about. But how about you just go ahead and go, and me and Nick will just hang out. Keep going. Unless Nick wants to go.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, Did you see any of that going on?
Not really. I wasn't really paying attention. I was more worried about me sucking. But yeah. I get what you're saying. There was some guys that got to run with the pros. They obviously scored because there was only 40 pros, maybe 35 or something. So I saw those guys up there faster in the track, and they were driving more. So they definitely scored on that. And like you were saying, if they did give you tickets, 5 runs, 6 runs each, then it would clear out the line so people could run more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you can also, we've talked about how you could choose when, if you waited too long and you don't even use some, that's on you. Or, you could use them all with one car. You could split them up. You could, you could do all kind of different things.
Yeah.
Or the only other way to do it, if you really wanted to be 100% fair, is to have everything done by heats. But at that point, everyone's got to be completely signed up. And that's when you're dealing with 900 some entries, all that's got to be done ahead of time. And that's a lot of that. It's not the easiest thing to do.
Yeah. So. I like the 24-hour practice though. I thought that was really cool. It was man, you're can actually work on stuff, work on your car, get out there, test it. I mean, it makes it, I would say, equal to the guys that have been going there for the last 10 years. When you have my first time there ever, David Ronafalk's first time ever, that guy was practicing at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. I was watching him at my hotel room, seeing what lap times he was clicking off. And I was like, hey, did it work out last night? And he was like, yeah, I got my car decent. So it was cool to see somebody like that using it after hours.
And working, putting it in.
Yeah.
One of my very first PNBs, I was at, this was back in at the old place in Unadilla, I want to say, or wherever the other place in Georgia was. And we were getting down partying because, for us, we're new into it. And it was one of those situations where we were just freaking hammered. And it's 2 o'clock in the morning. And this is when Lutz and Bornhorst were on techno together. And 2 o'clock in the morning, those two come rolling OGO bags in. And I looked at them and I remember just cheering hell yeah, look at these motherfuckers. This is the way to do it. They went to bed while all of us were practicing. They went to bed, came in at 2 o'clock, and they practiced through the night because they knew when their race was about when their race was going to be, and they were fine. And I've done that many years. Last year I did it because it was so warm last year. I was fine at 2 o'clock in the morning to be out there, but it was freaking cold, man.
It was pretty cold.
I was up with everybody till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, but I kept my hands in my pockets. You know what I mean? I wasn't.
Yeah, a little bit of strategy there too. Instead of being the first guys out on the track, you kind of get out there after the track's worn in a little bit, and bumps are developing and things like that.
Here's the cool thing about that race: DNC is 5 days. That's a lot of days to take off of work. It's fuck. You have to plan your whole week out. You could actually go to PNB and show up on Friday at 2 o'clock in the morning, fucking practice enough, go to bed, race, and it's a 3-day weekend. It's like a normal weekend race, but it's a huge race. If you could do DNC in 3 days, that would be epic. You would get a lot of people there.
I
So
don't
it was
know
kinda-
why other
It was kind
tracks.
of cool that they scrunched it into 3 days, and it made sense. Like,
You said it a little bit ago, Nick. You're like, be cool if more tracks adopted 24-hour practice. If you didn't have a sound ordinance, why not let people practice 24 hours?
yeah, I know. I don't think Paris does. I think
Yeah,
I
the
know
dirt could
people
do it.
partied
We've been
there
out
all
there
night. Yeah,
farting around till 4 or 5 in the morning numerous times. So we could totally do that.
Tim, that
There.
old track in Georgia blew out real bad, but it was so fun, and it was the definition of like a dungeon and dingy and like very psycho. Like it was Psycho Nitro Blast in my opinion. I like the new building. I love where it's at, and I understand why we're doing it there. It's right in the centrally located in between the Northeast, the Midwest, the Southeast. But I loved the old location. It was definitely by far of the two my favorite. But I like this place too. I will
That
say
track
though,
was so big.
Bobby,
It was massive.
that's what I was about to say. He told me this is the most of that surface he's ever used since they've been in there. And it showed. It was very, very hard to see the back left corner. And the way that I told him, but the way that when you're coming off the concrete, he kind of almost tilted it outwards and not forward towards us. Very hard to see the cars going up the hill off the concrete. And then when you come off that back left corner, down there's like a double that you had to hit and run down that back straightaway, and that left double coming off that right hand turn, the far left corner was very, very hard to navigate for most people. Once you figured it out, though, if you figured that section out, you were
yeah,
just
that was
rocket
a fast line.
Yeah.
What would you say that size was? Like, it's a full size hockey rink.
Huge,
It's
dude.
bigger. It's 235, he said, by 140 or 160 or something like that. It was
every
home.
inch was
massive.
used.
It was one
That
of
was
the
bigger
biggest
than the
tracks.
dirt. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That was one of the biggest tracks we've ever been on.
Yeah, I think it had like 2 more lanes than the dirt on the right and left, I would say.
And the
It
dirt's
seemed
huge.
Maybe as big as
took-
Redovan or something, man. It was freaking big.
Yeah, it was huge. It took me like 5 tanks to stay on the track, maybe 6, 7. It was crazy. But the back left corner and the back right corner is the hardest part of the track. Like, they had a big double on the left. Every time you would almost jump off the track. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Gnarly.
That was tough.
How was the lighting in there for a driver? Was it good?
I mean,
they were using fluorescence. It's not LED. It's pretty dark, actually.
It's cloudy. It's dark. It's dusty. I mean, it's
Man.
indoor life, really.
Yeah, it was. Ventilation was tough this year. It's been better in the past. I don't know if it's because it was so cold they didn't have it full blast. I don't know, but it was pretty bad this year. But everyone's got to deal with the same thing.
Yep. Just wanted to say what's up to some of the people watching that have checked in. We got Trabuco, Edgar Ortiz, Kevin Abbott is in the house.
What?
Tim Barth. Yeah, I think that's Lee Flowers, Rondo, Jesse Rondo, local dude down here, Chris Mueller. What's up, Ricky Robbins? All these dudes. Thank you for congratulating me on my win this weekend.
Yeah,
guys.
well, I was
Appreciate
waiting
that.
for you to talk about that. We're gonna change your name to Chase the Rocket or what? I mean,
Shit, I don't know. I think every squirrel gets a nut now and then. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
Oh, you busted a fat one.
Yeah,
was rad. You went from not racing to straight up whooping my whole team. That was cool.
he wasn't chewing that gum, let's just say.
No, he wasn't. He rubbed one out in the shitters before. For
I don't know,
sure.
man. It was just a beautiful day at Thunder Alley. You know, it was like 70 degrees, no wind, couple little, Simpsons clouds in the sky. It was just beautiful weather. I mean, it was just perfect conditions, and it was nice, dude. It was rad.
I heard
felt
it.
good.
Did it rain on Friday and then everybody showed up Saturday and the track was dry or what?
No. It rained Friday a little bit, and then track was pretty moist in the morning. There were some puddles. Track crew got out there and threw some sawdust down. I think that's what they used, was some sawdust in some of the softer spots. And man, by the end of qualifying, they qualified for like 2 hours or something to practice. So, bro popped the hands off. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. But by the time qualifying came around, track was primo. They were probably watering by halfway through qualifier round 1, so it had dried out and it was ready to rock, dude. And it was good.
How was how was the turnout? Was it a big turnout?
It was smaller than expected. I think a lot of people got scared of the rain. It was a 250 entry cap, and I think they had like 190, a little bit over 190. So about 40 people, 50 people dropped out. But yeah, dude, it was a good day. It was a good day. Everybody got 20-minute mains for a single day race. 2 4-minute qualifiers with 2 minutes warm up before each qualifier. So you go out there for 2 minutes, seeing that your shit's right or if it's wrong, and come in and go for 4 minutes and qualify. It was dope.
Sick,
And you
man.
got the W. That was good.
Got the W, dude. It was insane. It was crazy.
Rad.
That's cool.
Hell
You've
yeah,
only driven
Chase.
your car one time, right? And
No,
then
I think that was like
twice?
the third or fourth time I drove it.
that's cool.
Yeah, but we went out there on Thursday and practiced, and I made a couple changes that I thought would suit me, and car felt good. So we
So what changes did you make? 3 tall boys instead of 6?
well, anytime anytime I try to set up a car, I try and set it up for a 12 beer car.
Yeah, I got you.
So I need to know what car is going to drive good at around 12 beers, and that's how I set up my car.
That's perfect.
You and my brother got the same setup strategy. I love it.
Yeah. So
My brother's like, oh, 12 Bud Lights before, and then a 6-pack of 805s before the main. Should be
Yeah.
top 3.
see, you got to know you can't have a twitchy car after 12 beers. You
No,
can't have a hard
no.
car to drive after 12 beers.
Just drive the
You
one
need
in the
an
middle.
easy-
Drive the
easy
one in the
car to
middle.
drive. So
Love it.
yeah, man. I think I got myself about a 10 beer car right now, and yeah, we're gonna keep working on it. So what we
keep
can
working on
do.
it.
Yeah.
2 beers away.
Dude,
Yeah.
you know what's funny is you're this is crazy, but I was talking to Casey this weekend, and like he still talks about tall boys. Like,
Dude, they're
do you
the
guys
best.
not have them on the East Coast? Like,
They don't, man.
the
They
fucking
don't.
tall boy was invented on the West, or what?
What?
I have no idea. I mean, we don't
Casey's
have
like,
flavored.
Casey's like, bro, we all went to Chase's and went to the gas station. He picked up a 3-pack of these big ass cans, and I'm like, a fucking a tall boy, and
Do you
he's
guys
like,
consider
yeah, whatever they
22s
call.
a tall boy? Is that a 22?
No, tall boy is a tall boy.
What is a tall boy? Like how many? What is it?
It's a 24 Chase. I don't.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
it's 24. So it's 2
24.
beers.
Yeah,
It's 2 beers in one. So if you
Yeah.
find yourself
we have those out here. Whatever.
drinking the little guys too fast, I mean, tall boys are pretty much my go-to.
Well, for me,
because you can hang out with them.
I don't
They're
drink.
your
Yeah,
little buddy for a little
Yeah,
while.
but they're
Tall boy
nasty,
for
bro.
me doesn't-
They're nasty.
They're not
yeah,
nasty. How are they
don't
nasty?
You can't do
Because
it, dude. They're
the
just-
last
they get
half
warm.
is fucking warm.
Yeah,
There's
they
no
get
point.
warm.
If I'm gonna drink, give me a cold ass beer. Give me a little shot beers, whatever. If they even have them, what do they call those little
Bro, do you
Coronas?
even drink beer?
Every once in a while, but when I do, it's
What if
it's an
Tic Tac
all-nighter.
came out with a beer? Like they had
I'd
Tic Tac
fucking-
fruity berry flavored beer.
Wow.
They do. It's called a White
No,
Claw.
We're
I'll
getting
get down.
That's, you know what? You're right. You're right. You're right.
I'd
we're
get
getting
down.
close
I
to taking calls.
We are getting close.
fucking send it. What
Oh,
are you
Kelly
drinking?
Thompson is
What
in the
is
house.
that?
This is
What's that?
peach whiskey.
Ooh.
Dude, only a guy that works at a hobby shop for a living can drink whiskey on a Tuesday.
Well,
That's a OCRC.
I also
Nick
drink it
right
on a
there.
Wednesday. So
Jesus. Yeah, dude, it's a construction pack, dude. 3-pack of tall boys, man. It's like $6.99. You know what I mean? Like that's a 6-pack of beer for $6.
Yeah. Do they still have a 99-cent tall boy, or you gotta go like King Cobra?
no, there's
I
nothing.
don't know. You
99
might have to
cents
go
anymore,
King
bro.
Cobra or
Ugh.
maybe some. Man,
You know that
I
guy.
don't
You know that guy
Yeah,
at Paris
Mickey's.
drinks those King Cobras. He's a savage.
I was contacted by Paul Geisler today. If anybody knows who that is, that's just hilarious.
Absolutely. Yes.
No
Out of
idea.
nowhere, but
He's back, dude. He's back. He's back
he's
like
out of
Eagles
jail, I
back.
think. All right. Cheers to all you people out there watching. I know it's been going down. We've been rambling, but we're gonna pick you back up. You know, I'm pretty disappointed that Crystal hasn't been on this chat yet. You know, we fucking throw down a disclaimer for her. She's gone. She don't show up. So whatever. Here's to you, Crystal.
Are you getting after it right now, or just like 3 beer
Basketball
minimum?
ball.
No, I'm
That's
just
what
whatever.
we call them around here.
I'm just whatever.
Dude,
All right.
I got. Oh, go for it.
No, go ahead.
No, I was saying my flight home. I got pretty ripped off one fucking beer. It was pretty embarrassing.
Nice.
Who said it? Airport beers hit you different or something? Who posted that the other day?
They do, man. On the way to Florida,
That was-
me and Brody's flight got delayed like 8 hours, dude. And I must have drank 15 $12 beers.
Bro,
Like,
it's the most expensive drunk you ever had.
dude, it was nuts.
They are good though. They are good. Makes flying a lot easier. I'll tell you that
The
much.
stat man has spoke. He says Mayfield once again proved why he's the best at PNB. Yeah, Mayfield right now. And I told him the other night we're sitting around drinking, and I said, dude, I've got guys I pay. I've got friends I travel with. Mayfield's my homie. I was like, I will never bet against you. You fucking cannot bet against that man, no matter what.
Absolutely not.
I mean, I don't even see an end in sight. Like you start seeing people kind of like
right?
falling off, like Cav, for instance. No offense to you there, Teal Tickler. But
No, you're
Cav,
good, bro.
Cav's there. He's getting a paycheck. I love Cav. Cav's a great dude. But, bro, no one's got that fire at the age that Mayfield's at. I mean, he is just fucking killing it, dude.
Dominant.
Yeah, he's so like ice cold, dude. Like even when Dakota was fucking jumping over him, going wild, passed him on the last lap, the homie takes the inside like nothing even happened.
Right.
And it's like, I'll drive to the win. Bye. I think weren't we talking about it that night, Saturday night at the trailer?
Just wild.
I think
dude.
he went to bed. He said, I'm done. I'm old. I'm not gonna party all night. I got a race tomorrow.
Yeah, he has like a limit on his night before race, and it's like 30 some beers, and he's
I was gonna say, what's his limit? Like 40 fucking beers, bro. He's like, I'm on my 40th ultra. It's time for bed. I'm like, you're a savage, bro.
Got work
and
to
then
do tomorrow.
And then he shows up and wins, and I'm like, you're such a fucking dick. I love it. Like,
I
ice
know
cold, bro.
We weren't talking electric results. We were talking glory, but I was very proud of Mason and our little man, old B Rose, taking that 1-2 finish for S Works. That was special. Those
dude,
cars
Mason killed it.
Coming alive.
Yeah, Mason and B Rose killed it, dude.
Mason,
they put on a pretty good show.
2/5 in a win. I mean, and he TQ'd freaking E-Truggy. I mean, for a guy that's only run that car a few times and no testing because they've been snowed in up there, he's really
he's killing it. He's on fire.
He looked really good. B Rose does things that are faster than everybody else.
He is by far the one to watch this year. I think that SIC win was just the breaking point. I think he's going to start knocking some off.
Yeah, coming off the higher elevation section, dropping down, and then making that 180 into the double that was closest to the driver's stand, like the grandstand, double. Yep. He had that turn so dialed and so fast, it was nuts to watch. You could just tell he did it better than anybody there.
He was balling on the concrete too. He was twice as fast as everybody on that concrete. I asked him too. He came over and hung out with us and drank a beer. And I was like, dude, what are you doing on the concrete? It's like ice. I'm like, you're so fast. And he was like, I don't know what he said. We were drinking, but he was like, he did something with the throttle, and it made a huge difference. He was killing.
He's running a slipper.
Yeah, slipper. It was funny.
No, Brandon looked really good. Congrats to Mason for sure.
Yes, Jesse, it is. At least it is. It has been for a while and will be.
It'll be till it's not.
Right. Why do you say we take a piss commercial and come back and take calls?
All right.
You good with that?
Yeah, Brent gets commercials when he has to pee. That's cool.
Well, you want to talk and I'll just go?
No, just kidding. Go ahead. How about me and Nick take this show over and you go take a piss?
Well, go ahead then.
We're live. Let's go.
Go to commercial, Robert, man. Let's see what commercial this is. We have a TZO commercial.
We should. You should do one for me.
Sponsor this podcast, dude.
I don't know why he hasn't asked me yet.
We don't have any sponsors. You should be the first one.
What?
BeachRC.com, the Razor's one-stop online hobby shop. Choose from all the popular brands and variety in stock with super fast shipping and great customer service. BeachRC.com still has the local hobby shop feel with all the benefits of the internet. BeachRC.com is the exclusive distributor for Ultimate Racing, S-Works, Pro Circuit Racing tires, Nitro Lux fuels, and Assault RC performance products. So fill up your cart and check out at BeachRC.com today.
This episode is made possible by the boys over at Racecraft. They don't suck, and neither should you. So get your pit game on point with the Command Module, the Wadule, and Mini Module. Don't forget the flocking amazing pitting accessories, or the all-new flock foil that fits nearly every 1/8 chassis and comes in many amazing colors. Use coupon code Wheel and Trigger at racecraft-usa.com for 10% off your entire order. That is Wheel and Trigger with the ampersand at www.racecraft-usa.com. So get on board at Racecraft. We know how to party, and we f*** hard.
All right, we're back. We are back.
We are back.
How was that pee, Brent? Was it good?
That was good.
Good
That was only
flow.
my first one.
I know you're getting up there. Good flow.
Yes,
Everything's
good flow.
styling.
Good flow. Yep.
Brad, me
Why?
and Nick were just talking-
Why? When you get to a certain
exercise, I
age, does
take
it not flow or what?
I don't drink that kombucha that he drinks
This
over
guy
there.
does.
I take vitamins. I drink a lot of water. Yeah, no burning, easy flow. Life's good.
Yeah, you don't want to
So-
get the Joey Avelino.
Ooh, yeah,
Whoa,
you don't want to get those kidney
Come on the
stones.
show and start calling
The
people out, bro.
Avastones,
No,
dude.
no, he has
Oh.
kidney stones. He
Okay.
talks about
He's
them all
been
the
going
time.
through. Yeah, he's been going through a rough time with kidney stones, man.
My bad.
Jesus
My bad,
Christ.
Avelino.
He's giving
Yeah.
birth all the time out of his
Out of his
chorizo.
wiener.
Yeah, that's gotta hurt. Nobody likes peeing marbles.
So, got a question. Nick, Casey wants to know how many ounces is that cup that you got there?
Please
Which
tell me
one
that
was-
you have a Stanley Cup. I want to see.
He's
your
got a
Stanley
massive
Cup.
cup, dude. It looks like my garbage.
He does have a
can.
Stanley Cup. Yes.
Nice.
Damn.
how we roll.
dude. You
Oh,
are
basic bitch
definitely
Nick.
white girl, white claws.
Bro, all day, bro. I filled it up with the White Claw.
Damn. My daughter's got 2 of those, and she's 11.
That's how we roll. That's how we roll. White Clawed out. I'll slap you too. I don't give a fuck. I'll scratch the shit out of you, bro.
Oh,
Don't fucking get me fired up.
Okay. Kevin Abbott says Brent's going to spend more time hunting for it than using it.
Yes. So what?
Yeah, that's what I say.
Guess who I'm going to be hunting for next weekend at Nationals?
Kevin Abbott, are you going to have a little race? You guys should race for socks.
I would, but he's not going to be there.
Oh, no. Kevin Abbott's not coming to Nationals.
No, he's sending his micro mini pimp instead.
Bummer.
Oh, well.
Yes, Jesse. Available online. So we were thinking about bringing our first sponsor, and we were talking about before we got cut off by a Beach RC commercial. Nick wants to sponsor the show. So once we figure out what the details of that are, we're going to get a TZO commercial going on.
Yeah, I didn't know you guys didn't have any sponsors.
We haven't been actively hunting, and nobody's been actively looking out to sponsor this thing. But yeah, why not?
I don't search for them. This is an organic show, and if people want to get involved, they can. If you like what we're doing, you're more than welcome to. We also have like super chats and everything else. You want to spend money? Send us money. Fuck.
Kevin Abbott, man, your logo would look good on our show.
We'll donate to the Tall Boy Foundation. No problem.
Yeah. Well, these
For sure.
I know that between Chase and I, we spend probably at least $20 a show on beer. So
yes,
at least
100%, 100%.
Doing this pro bono, and luckily, I have a lot of friends who know I have a liquor cabinet on this table, and because of that, they bring me bottles of liquor to masters and races that they attend, and they go into the stockpile. So anybody that comes on to a podcast, which Nationals is next weekend, and I am hoping to get a couple fresh podcasts out of it. I got one I'm trying to drop later this week. But I did talk to somebody while I was at PNB that is going to come to one or two of our bigger in arena races that is going to be a great podcast later in the year. So still trying to line those up, man. We've got a couple canned that I've just been too busy to work on, but yeah, shit's getting real.
We should have did a podcast in your Snap-on truck. That would have been sick.
I got to bring the equipment to be able to do that.
Snap-on truck's so sick.
So sick.
So cool.
So sick. I thought
Dude, we
fucking
pull up. I
did.
ain't gonna lie. I felt
literally
like King Kong's dick. It was fucking huge.
Bro.
Do you have
I
like
thought
the?
yeah.
You
It's
know,
gotta
you
be
got it
hard.
all.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah. That's
I
cool.
literally thought I walked into a NASCAR event. I mean, it was like I'm in the wrong fucking redneck area, bro. I was tripping. I was like, I'm gonna get jumped in here.
The
I was
trucks
looking
were-
for a
trucks
Wonder
were
Bread
huge.
sponsor and everything. It was crazy.
Well, right on, man. Well, we're at 1 minute, 1 hour and 20 minutes.
Feels like 1 minute. I'm having too much fun.
1 minute and 20 seconds.
Numbers already up there. You feel like getting in there and talking about PNB, talking about DNC. We didn't even talk about DNC 1 second, but that's fine. It's pretty far away. If you feel like talking about anything, give us a call. Number was there. It's not there anymore. When's the next TZO?
We'll be at JBRL this weekend. We'll be at Wally's race the weekend after that. And then we'll be in Vegas. And then we're going to Nationals, I believe.
Idaho.
We'll be
I'll
out
be
there.
there. I beat a hoe.
We'll be the hoe.
Hey, you got to get there the day early. Meet me, TJ,
I'm
Daniel,
down.
Cole.
I'm
We're
down.
gonna do our annual disc golf trip. Camden Lime, Spencer Heckert.
I'm
We
gonna-
do the
Whoa. Disc golf or real golf?
no disc golf. We do it's free. We all just go. We go buy one disc somewhere at a store. Everybody gets one disc, and we just go play disc golf. It's really fun.
That'd be cool.
We did it the last 2 years.
Nice.
And
I will post a link for my GoFundMe to get me to Nationals in the description of the show.
Bro, just jump in the back of the van, dude. You got this.
And then if everybody orders all of their racecraft stuff from Beachline Raceway, who's going to be a dealer hopefully by the end of the week, all that, the proceeds of that is going towards getting Chase to Spain. So it's going to
Spain?
take a lot of flock
Oh
foils,
shit!
a lot of
That
flock
would be
foils, a
cool.
lot of command modules. We're going
It's going to take a lot of flock foils to get me to Spain.
We want to get this dude to Spain. We need him to see what it's like outside of this country for RC, because all he knows is the silly stuff that he sees. Oh God!
What's the plan? What's the plan with Worlds? You were hyping it up, but you were like 27 Coors Lights deep. Are we like going a couple days early, or you doing that? What's your plan,
I don't know yet. I gotta make some calls, figure out what I have to do there before. But yeah, I'm for sure going. I love Spain, and I've got business partners over there, and I'm going.
Sign me up. Sign me up. I'll be your sidekick.
Plus,
Nice.
I feel like we're gonna win a Worlds this year with either an S-Works or an Ultimate Engine, so I'm really happy about it. All right, we've got a caller. Let's go ahead, Robert. Bring on whoever this is. Let them enter the lion's den.
All right,
Rawr.
you're on.
Hey,
Hey,
what the fuck is going on?
Hey,
Hey,
What's
whatever.
going
oh,
on?
it's
Hey.
Lucas.
oh,
What are you guys talking about half the time? Jesus Christ! Did you just talk RC stuff already?
he must have missed half the show.
Yes,
Jesus.
So-
so
Lucas, how was piloting that freaking big blue behemoth that is the Beach RC bus back home?
Speaking
pretty
of,
nice.
have you
pretty
even
nice.
have you come up with the fucking new name, dude?
Well, right now I was calling it the Snap-on truck, so
I don't like that.
I don't know.
Can-
no,
Can
no
you not
name
come up
yet.
with something better?
On that one.
I think you
had
need
a
to
name
pull
for
out.
that thing,
We're
and I
working on
forgot it.
You need to pull out the old Captain Ahab and get to thinking about the new.
Could be
The
like
new-
the Beach Bonanza Mobile.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, for
Something
sure,
along those lines.
man.
What
Well,
are you
so
what are you
banana
even doing
Ocho.
right now, dude? Like
Sitting watching this podcast, drinking some beers,
Oh.
trying to recover, get my voice back from this weekend. All those nitro fumes made me lose my voice.
Oh yeah, blame the nitro fumes.
No, he's right.
Yeah.
He's right because my voice is fucked up too, and I can
Oh,
feel
you
it.
must
Jim,
have missed Friday night, Nick.
I did miss it. What happened?
That's too bad.
Yeah, you missed it.
Partied like a
Were you-
rock star.
Were you guys all moonshined out?
Yeah, a little bit. I think Lucas was
That's-
trying to smoke white chocolate covered Oreos, like with dabs and.
Those things
it
were
was one of
good.
those bugles.
Oh,
Like a bugle with peanut butter
the
in it.
bugle
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
peanut
those
butter
were-
in it, bro.
Those were bomb, dude.
Totally.
That girl made a
Totally
fucking
smoked
killing.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Was it worth it? Was it good?
if those bugles would have smoked better, she would have made a lot more money.
Yeah. For sure.
She needs to make them more smokable.
Definitely.
So what's up, man?
Oh boy. I don't know. Hanging out,
God,
watching a podcast.
you're making it so boring right now.
No, I figured I could just go take a piss and he'd still be
No,
talking by the
You
time I
didn't
came
miss
back.
nothing, bro. Not a damn thing.
Oh my god.
All right, well, I'll see you
I
tomorrow.
gotta call in. All right.
All right, Lucas. Good talking to you, man. See you later.
Holy
Oh,
shit,
dude,
man.
he had me when he said hello. I was like, huh? What the fuck? What happened? I thought my sleeping pill kicked in, bro. He's fucking soothing, bro.
Bro, he's he did an all-nighter drive home like I did, and then he he's had yesterday and today off, so he's probably just like coming back to life right now.
Yeah. Well, thanks for calling in, Lucas.
Yeah, especially on your day off.
We got a question for you, Nick, from Jesse Tribuco, who has been the number one question asker of the chat of all circumstances. He asked this twice. Is TZO coming out with a new tire besides the 202 and the 402?
Yes. We are currently working on 3 new tires for buggy, 2 new truck tires for truggy. They should be out within hopefully 3 to 6 months. I'm leaning towards 5 and 6 months though.
Jesus, do we really need 15 fucking new tires? with
Yes,
4
apparently
fucking
you do,
compounds?
because when you go to these races, everybody's like, "Oh my god, J Concepts has 20 professional drivers." Mad respect. 10 of them are going to do good and 10 of them aren't going to do so good, but you better have the 10 that are doing good because
Just
that
save
made
the
the
money
difference.
on the molds and just fucking pay 10 or 20 more drivers.
That would be cool. I'd be down with that.
Boom.
Way better. Way better. So it'd be like 20 on
Dude, your
20.
your tires are tried and true. They rip. You know,
I
you
mean,
rip. You're blowing up across the nation.
We try our best, but I just want to have a complete tire line where there is no questions.
No gaps.
But it's hard.
Word.
It's hard, man. When you have 2 guys going up against 20 guys, it's tough, man.
It
You
is
got to
tough.
have a perfect run. There's going to be guys that have perfect runs, and they're going to be the ones that are shining, and they're on J Concepts. I don't know what else to say.
That e-buggy podium was all 5 were J Concepts. I mean,
It's insane.
It's all numbers,
like,
man. It's numbers.
yeah, it is. I mean, and we're trying to tell people like, hey, our tires are good, but J Concepts is the number 1 tire brand right now, and they got a lot of the top drivers. What do you do?
Well,
Yeah.
you could have the best brand on the planet and not have the right drivers, and then there you are.
Hey, we got
Yeah.
a caller. Let's bring him in.
Nothing to say about your current drivers. I'm just saying in
Oh,
general.
yeah. No, you've got good current drivers for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Sea Lime is in the house.
Hey, C-Line.
All right, caller, you're on.
Hey, what's up?
Hey,
Hello.
what's up?
What's going on, fellas?
Hey, it's Ryan G,
Ryan G Money.
the next sponsor of the Fifth of Whiskey for the podcast.
Hell yeah, man. 50 whiskey all day. Then let me know what you want, and I'll send it your way.
Well, send us the your choice, whatever you like the best. We like to taste new flavor.
Oh, it's
I will send you my
Maker's
address
Mark.
after the show.
Like the
I
stuff
just
right
like
there.
Coors Light.
Chase is like
Coors
throwing a
Light.
3-pack
All
of
right.
fucking Coors Light.
Just ship a truck
Or-
my way, and
Is that
Or
next
just-
to Aquafina or what?
yeah, it's close to it. But I could drink them from 7 in the morning till 7 a.m., dude.
I mean, if you're taking orders, I'll take a
Like
White Claw, I
Michelob
guess.
Ultra, you could drink that shit all day long.
Well, I won't do that. Those cans are too close to White Claw.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
White
No,
Claw
they're
is
not.
great for the river.
Slim can, dude. Slim can just doesn't feel right.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
then Happy Dads are good. Those are bomb.
What are
Oh,
Happy
shit.
Dads?
That is, yeah.
What?
I mean, I'm a happy dad when
I
I'm
gotta-
drinking White Claw on the river.
No, they got. I didn't say a happy ending. I said a
All right,
happy
Brent, I
dad.
got a question for you.
All right, what's that?
Shoot.
All right, so with Nationals being up in my neck of the woods for the first time in RC history in the glorious Pacific Northwest,
Whoop, whoop.
kind of uncharted territories for a lot of the pro guys. You know, it's kind of a new area for a lot of people. It'll be kind of a clear mixed style of track, a lot of grip, big jumps, going to be a good time. What are your top 5 picks going into Nats with no warning, no heads up?
Whatever the podium was this last weekend's the top 5 probably.
That was a pretty good top 5.
Pretty solid.
I mean,
top 5.
I don't want to discount anybody. Like, you know, I'm a big Sea Lime guy. I know he's got it coming. There's 5 other guys that can do it, but none of the top 10 or 15 guys are. It's not going to make a difference what track they're on. Those guys are so good everywhere
For
they
sure.
go. They're going to be the same 15, maybe 20 guys fighting for those semis in the main event. So. You're going to see a couple people make it in, you know, like it'd be great to see a Frankie or a Jimmy Fishback, like sneak into a semi, you know, but as far as fighting for a win, it's going to be B Rose. It's going to be Mayfield.
It's going to be the same
Dakota
crowd
Finn,
for sure.
You know, Camden Lime, getting his recognition this year. Cav's going to probably still be strong. You know, there's going to be, you know, Jared Wiggins is getting faster and faster. Seth Van Dalen. I mean, it's going to be those guys we're watching week in and week out. Fee Long, as Jesse Trabuco just posted in our chat. So when it comes down to it, it's that track's going to get a lot of bite. Those guys are used to getting bite at different places. They're used to getting blown out places. So they're going to be just fine.
I think this track is going to be a lot like last year's Nationals at Silver Dollar. I think they have seen kind of the same kind of dirt and grip when it gets really good, and I think it's going to be close to Silver Dollar. So they have their setups from last year. HRCR is new, yes, awesome place. Obviously, that's why it's being held there. But I think it's going to be, you know, the track conditions are going to be very similar to A Main last year.
But Westergaard's building that track.
Jumps might be different, but the surface will remain.
Yeah, but I hope he builds like a super technical, fucked up track so everybody struggles. That would be so sick.
Well,
because
just from experience from doing that last year at Masters, RC racers don't like that, dude.
Yeah, but we're talking nationals. It's
don't
only
like
the pros. It's only the pros, not the average Joes. It's the pros.
What do you mean? I'm going to nationals and racing.
Yeah, but we don't care if you make the main.
Yeah, nobody
we
gives a
care
shit,
about
Brent.
the guys
Sorry,
who make the main, the pros.
You know, you're quickly becoming a dick right now. Very
no, I'm gonna race it too. I suck. I'm not gonna make it, but I'm just saying, like, did you think PNB track was easy or hard? They took out the hardest jump on the track and they made it easier.
Somebody did comment that they did change the layout midway, huh?
Yeah,
that wasn't covered whatsoever at all. That was the first I heard of it.
There was a couple pros that were pretty upset that they took it away because it was kind of like a separation. It was hard. It was hard to make the step off turn and step off. Instead, they made it a roller freeway.
So it was like the roll on and then step off.
Yeah, you just rolled over and stepped off. Yeah, right there. I think they should make the track super hard. These guys are professionals. They know how to drive it.
I
Do or
thought
die.
last
Absolutely.
year's track
I'm all for
They
it.
don't care if they don't care if you're going to make the main, Brent. You know, we can at least make the main and drinking.
There you go.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
gonna win that shit. I mean, I'm not gonna make the main. I'm a fucking front runner.
You're gonna win the
For
cooler.
sure.
Yeah,
Cooler Wars.
Yeah.
fucking
.com.
Cooler
Look,
Wars,
we
yeah.
got Little Bump in the house.
Little
Felon
Bump?
Win is in the house watching.
Attaboy.
No way.
Yes, sir. He just
Hello,
popped up.
Fee. Keep kicking ass, dude.
Yeah,
I just want
he's
to make
killing
top
it.
60. That's my goal.
That's a great goal, and actually, that's a very good accomplishment if you can do that. So, looking forward to it.
It'll be fun.
Righteous.
It'll be good to meet Brent and hang out because we're on literally the opposite ends of the freaking nation. So, but we talk a lot. He's a good dude.
Oh, thanks, man.
Well, bitchin', yeah.
Well,
I mean,
cool.
predictions. Good call. Good question. Yeah, man.
Real
it's gonna
quick
be the same
before you
guys
get
up
off,
there.
who-
It's just gonna be toss of the dice.
Who do you think is going to be the top 5 at Nats, Ryan?
I'm gonna go with I think it's gonna be Mayfield or Fenn fighting for 1 or 2. I think Fuller, when he's getting a little bit more time on the cars, I think he can get a top 3. B Rose, I think has a really good chance getting in the 4. For the 5 spot, I almost want to say kind of tough. I would say like
I'm gonna say
Taylor,
Cole Ogden.
top 5.
Cole Ogden always shreds when it's high bite. It's gonna be nice weather up there. I'm calling
I like Cole
Cole
Ogden a
for a
lot.
top 5.
He's a super cool dude. It depends which Cole shows up.
Yeah, it's true.
You're not
Cole's
wrong.
a hell of a dude, but it depends which Cole shows up. And lately, he has not been having any sort of success anywhere. So
I hope that changes.
I mean, he did. I hope so too, because I think him having a new chassis is going to be huge for him. Regardless, get him away from the drama that's been associated with HB. Get him in a car where he can kind of focus on just not dealing with the drama, not dealing with the bullshit. Run him the meeting that he's in now, get some time with it, kind of take a break from, from that crap. And if he puts his head down and puts the work in, I think he can do it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But
Yeah, anybody that shreds in high bite, maybe
all of the pro drivers.
Maybe somebody with a lot of 10 scale experience. I think all the guys with 10 scale experience with the high bite track they're going to have are going to shine there.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, I
Definitely.
think I honestly it all comes like nowadays because everybody's getting so fast. It's all going to come down to who's working the hardest lately, who's putting the time in, and who's going a lot of races, who's putting the time in, who's putting the work in. I think those guys are going to shine the most.
Yeah.
Solid
Tyrone put up a comment here. Still learning a new car. I will question that. I mean, he is very, very good with Mugen. He was prior to going over to HB. I'm pretty sure he's well equipped to run that car quickly without much learning needed. But I mean, it is new in the sense that he wasn't running it a month ago. But yeah,
For sure.
he's
I
definitely
think for him, because he drives so strapped, a pillow ball car is the way to go for him.
Yeah, and he's always said that if he was going to drive any car other than what he was on, Mugen was the one that he liked the most. So it sounds like he's back to where he feels the most comfortable. So
Hey, him in an S-Worth car would do money.
yeah, well, he chose that car. So
Hey,
Well, right on, Ryan. Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it.
absolutely. Thanks, Ryan.
yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Take care.
Talk to you. See you soon. Nick, who are you courting right now, bro? Who are you trying to get on that their team, dude? Got any secrets?
I want to be 20 for 20. I want to battle. I literally.
Did you pick up any new prospects? Anything going on out there in PNB that you can't talk about?
I talked to a bunch of people. I love it. I love talking.
But who's coming, dude? Who's coming? Come on, spill the beans.
No, I can't really say it. I mean, I've learned that the deal's never done until November, and then December is when the final deal happens. So we could talk smoke all you want,
Yeah,
but
I get it.
until the final days of their contract is up, then you get the real deal. So that's tough. I definitely want I want to equal the playing field. I feel like our product is up there, and it's a numbers game, like you said. So I'm trying to get there.
Well, yeah, man, you got 3 guys in the hunt, or you got 40. You know, who's got the
Yeah, it's
better
tough.
odds?
It's tough, but we'll get there. We're new. Shit, this is our 3rd year, so give me 20 years like they got, and we'll see what happens.
Absolutely.
Well,
I
20
think-
years means one more shot tonight.
Yeah, as Chase would say, the show's on a minute and 40 seconds.
Yeah,
Oh,
we got.
All I hear is freaking Robert over there chicken pecking at the damn. Something's going on. He's typing away, or he's looking something up. He's private chatting us. Like, it's about to go crazy.
Well, what's your podcast?
Oh, we got a little
minimum?
note. The
Uh-oh.
note popped in out so fast. I don't know what's going on. All I saw was we got a caller, and he seems a little sus.
He says he asked for his name and he'd rather not say. So this is perfect.
Oh, this will be a good
I'm
one.
looking forward to this
boy.
one. All right, bring him in, Robert. We like sus. I'm taking a shot for sus.
Do we got him?
Your mic's off, Robert.
Caller, you're on.
I'm here.
Yeah, I mean, you
All
are. You're somewhere.
What's up, guys?
What's up, dude?
What's up? So one quick question. With this being wheel and trigger, does that make y'all's guest appearance steering trim?
Say again. Make our guess what?
I didn't hear a word he
No,
said.
I got it. He said,
I'm strapped
it's
up right
either
now.
his-
What?
Since Brent and Chase are wheel and trigger, does that make your guest appearance steering
Steering
trim?
trim?
Steering trim. Wheel trigger, radio, steering trim, radio.
Yes. Is he talking on a Nokia? Did you hear that?
He's on a Nextel, dude. He's pushed it.
No, I
Oh my
think.
God.
I mean, yeah,
No,
at least EPA Nick for sure.
no, just call me fucking servo horn Nick. Fuck it. I'm the same size.
Pretty sure. I mean, we already came up with it. It was the teal tickler, but
Yes.
if wheel and trigger, I guess that makes him white girl Mexican.
Servo horn. Oh my God.
I have no idea what he is. Oh, looks like we.
Yeah,
He is.
Your
He is.
cover
He's
is
on a
blown.
Nokia.
Your cover is blown. We now see that this is Joker Snyder calling in. Your old buddy turned you in. So good job trying to cover up that identity.
Yeah, no problem. I just can't talk about the shit I want to talk about.
All right. All right. So you just have that opening banger, or you got something else?
I guess I have some other shit, but I don't know who ratted me out, but screw y'all. 'Cause now I can't talk about some shit.
Well,
As a team manager, there's some stuff I can't really have an opinion on.
Why don't you call
But-
back with a voice changer and we won't say who you are?
I don't know how to do that.
All right. Well, that sucks.
Oh, bummer. Anything
good
else?
job,
Other than
Derek.
yeah.
You blew it.
Yeah, fuck you,
Thanks.
Derek.
We're looking forward to having some dirt on somebody. I got
Tell me-
names, but I'm
Text it in,
giving
text
the
it in.
names I got in my back of my mind. All the people that I got that were cutting lines and not marshaling. If I see them do it again, I'm calling them out publicly.
Now, mine has some issues with a certain pit person for a certain pro driver yelling at certain other pit people.
Oh,
Okay,
while
let's
the
hear
race
it.
is going on.
they didn't yell at us because we were too fast.
Just say asking for a friend, and you're in the clear.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's how that works, Chase.
I'm sorry. I mean, that's how it works whenever I ask a dumb
I'm
question.
asking for a friend. Who was it?
Nah, Nah, I can't.
You should text your friend and have him
Derek's
call
over
in.
here gonna ruin shit. Hold on.
So the big question
Brent,
is,
can you read your messenger?
yeah, of course. The big question is, when was the last time you were at a Diddy party?
I mean, it's been a couple years, not since I turned 18. Apparently, it's just not.
Damn.
But
The diddler. That's hardcore.
Oh man, Jay Diddler. I'd love to hear. I have an idea of what you're talking about, and yeah, man, I can't say I don't feel the same way. A lot of complaining going on out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
there
saw
was
that
a lot of
happening.
complaining.
Yeah, I saw that happening. Passion is what it is.
I mean, there's a difference between being passionate and being hypocritical, especially when you've got video proof that that this person has been trying to spread around all of social media under my videos, trying to make this person self famous, and then wants to bitch about somebody else doing it, and then yelling at her own teammate because he ran her wide and she refused to check up. I mean, it's starting drama where there shouldn't be drama.
Yeah, fortunately, with this kind of stuff, it all blows over, and in a week or two, it'll just go on by. So
I
that
will
person
say
could
that
either.
the RC community has the shortest memory of any freaking community I've ever been a part of. Nick,
Oh yeah, I'm living proof of that. I've been kicked out of 2 racetracks now, one of them being my own for incidents, and everybody that those incidents involved were cool now. So I mean, shit happens.
Nick, why are you so small, dude?
I have no idea.
What are you doing with your what?
I don't know. I barely fucking learned how to log in. I think
now
it's
he's gone.
you guys.
Now he's gone. Okay,
Bro,
make Nick big and make me little.
I can't. It's the way he's got his phone orientated, I guess. He got it facing vertical or some shit. All right. Well, Joker.
You just fucking noticed that right now? An hour
No.
and 40 minutes into the podcast?
No.
46.
Love you long time, Joker. Take care.
Hey, thanks, man.
Thanks for the call.
All right, Tyrone Robinson's
what
trying
you're
to call
talking
in.
about.
Yeah, we know what you're talking about, dude.
I'll see you in North Georgia in a couple weeks.
I'll be there. I got a little race before that I got to do, but I'll be there.
Yeah, good luck running nationals this year.
Yeah.
Excited for you guys. That's all.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
All right, man. We'll be half on Wheel and Trigger and Sub Trim. Thanks for calling in.
So stupid.
You just literally got called Sub Trim.
So stupid.
That's gangster, dude. That's how Holmes. That's my boy
Sub Trim.
That's my homie Sub Trim. Sock check. Oh my god.
Sub
I've
Trim, dude.
I've been called a lot of things, bro, but Sub Trim is not one of them.
Robert, I think we need a name change.
I'm doing it right now, dude.
Yeah, Sub Trim.
All right, Tyrone. Number should be popping up anytime now. Tyrone, go ahead and call in. I think you had a good question.
We got a caller.
What's going on, fellas? How you guys doing?
Yo, what up?
What up, T-Dog?
What's up, big guy?
What up? What's you?
Tyrone
Hey, I'm
in the house.
hanging out, trying to get ready for Silver State.
Yeah, dude.
Just trying to get ready for Silver State.
Yo, how about some of that seasoning
Hey,
sent up here? Why don't you send me some seasoning and put right in front of the camera, bro?
That's not me. That's Eddie's season.
Oh,
That stuff is
fuck.
bomb.
Man, that sucks. I've got the wrong one. I could
No,
have
we got
swore,
Big Ty. Big Ty,
you were the one that
SoCal
made the
native.
damn seasoning.
SoCal native,
I always
SoCal
keep
legend.
My boys. Keep my boys.
Damn.
What do you got for a
man,
question here, Ty?
I'm just a guy. I'm just a regular dude. Hey,
the question I have is like each year when we go to Europe for Worlds, we are not that competitive. And now with Worlds was in the same place last year, going back there this year again. How can we become more competitive and get on the top box?
Well, I can answer that. I talked to a few people about that this past weekend. They feel like they're going to be a lot more competitive this year because we know what to expect from the last one. They already had a full, last year, a lot of the guys went to Worlds warm up. Everyone went to Worlds, and they have a lot of data. So they're going back to this race with data already in the bank. And for them to get this race, they had to commit to 100% track change. So the field is going to all be learning the track at the same time with the same amount of practice, the same amount of track time. So this year should be a level playing field, and may the best nation win at that point.
True.
Who said that it was gonna? Who said it was gonna be 100% track change? Is that thing that Lefty posted, or why they went back or something like that?
No, it's circulating that was part of the deal. If it was going to go back to Redovan, that it had to be a 100% track change.
Oh, that's cool.
I think the boys are going to do better,
that's
man.
Real cool.
They're seasoned. They know the driver's stand. I mean, a lot of getting used to a track is just getting used to the driver's stand and how you're standing and how the track looks. Just being cozy where you're at is a big deal to drivers. So,
and that grip.
I think they're going to do a lot better.
Grip in certain areas and slick in others.
Yeah, and
that track was just crazy.
They figured out tires very late in the Worlds run last time there. So they're going to go with what they feel they should have started on, what they ended on last time. And obviously, a container load of other shit. But yeah, I'm excited. I really think, the Americans have the best shot that they've had. Some smart ass guy like Max Mort will probably have something to say about that. But in the grand scheme of things, everyone's got the same shot if they literally do 100% track change before the race and not, let's just say not next month. They need to do that. They need to do the track change after the warm up, not before the warm up. Leave it the way it is and build the track. Do the warm up 60 days before or 45 days before, whatever the rules are, and just let everybody show up. And there's been talk about why not have a Worlds in an arena, kind of like PNB or something like that. And honestly, there's nothing, in my opinion, that would be the absolute best case scenario. You don't have to worry about any kind of weather. It's the same brand new track for everybody. Normally they're in places where there's stuff to do or there's, lodging. So, we'll see. I read
the Coliseum would be dope. Let's make that happen.
Yeah, something like that would be bitching.
Italy Coliseum.
When does it come back to the U.S.?
I think we are the next block. Yeah,
the next one.
Yeah.
Where are they talking about having it, or did they?
Well, there's no bids yet. It'll be decided. It'll be decided at this Worlds.
Oh, okay.
So, I would assume, just being assumptuous, the three locations that would make the most sense to me would be HRCR, Silver Dollar, and LCRC. Those would be the three locations I think that'll bid on it. And maybe somebody will, maybe Joey bids on it. I don't know. But I do know it costs a lot of money. From what I understood, the Baldos put 40,000 euros into the last Worlds, and I know they didn't get half of that back. It's more of a bucket list thing for track owners to do, just to say that they did it. The Baldos did it right. That was an amazing event. I mean, for God's sake, they opened the thing up with dancing horses. The event was amazing. But you just got to be prepared to lose money on an event like that. There's no sponsorships aren't going to pay for an event like that, and you definitely don't make any money off the racers. So you just got to want it really bad. And the people that have the money to do that are definitely A-Main and Silver Dollar. I would assume.
And HRCR.
I would assume
Brian
Brian
would do it.
Eider is doing pretty well, and I know it's a passion for him, and he would lose the money to do it. And then Kevin's been doing this a long time at LCRC. He could put his name in that basket. So, I don't know.
It'd be sick. It'd be sick if someone A-Main did it and they did it at Silver State, like inside that. What's it called?
In the arena at South Point.
Yeah, South Point in the arena by A-Main. That would be sick.
But the last Worlds
International
we had here
flag.
was in Vegas, though.
Yeah, but it was outside. It wasn't. I mean, it was cool. It was cool.
It was.
Did you go?
I did not. That was like right when we were.
Well, I'm sure there's other
got
venues, and then a sponsor, or something like that. Like what Nick's kind of getting at is a not necessarily a track owner, but a huge sponsor to put it on.
Yeah.
Like a big Coliseum or something, Texas or something like that has a covered Coliseum. A-Main puts on the Worlds at freaking whatever stadium it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. I mean,
Yeah, I think it would be a lot.
Playing field.
Yeah, I think it would be a lot cooler if they just put it somewhere else. Like, why does it have to be at third track, especially with all this indoor arenas and covered and all that? It would be totally sick to do a pop-up
or a convention
World's
center,
race.
San Diego Convention Center at a port, something like that.
Something sick.
That'd be badass, man. That'd be a game changer.
Thornhill could definitely hold it for sure. And I didn't really think of them. They definitely could be a somebody that would bid for it. But you got to understand, whoever's going to bid for it needs to excuse me. Whoever's going to bid for it needs to be prepared to spend money. They're not looking for anyone that's just going to say, "Hey, we've got a facility." They're looking for the person that's going to say, "We've got a facility, we've got all the amenities, and this is how we're going to make it special." And if you're not willing to do that,
I'm going to put a dark horse in there. I'm going to put a
Revelation?
dark horse in there that could possibly do it. The guy's been selling out a lot of money right now. Is the guy from MG23.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's selling out a lot of money for his facility. And he could possibly throw his hat in the ring. He got money to burn.
Yeah.
Well, it's like you think about, every town has a small stadium for their local, I don't even know what it's called, for their baseball teams. Like here in Elsinore, we have I think it's AA, the Storm Stadium. There's like a stadium here that isn't like a full-blown football stadium, but there's smaller stadiums scattered all over the country that a big name like A-Main or somebody with a bunch of bucks could put on a race there. At a stadium, man.
That one, that one in Victorville would probably be fucking cheap.
Yeah.
So this one right here, Chris Van, I don't know if that's Chris Van Air or whoever it is, but this track that was in Vegas. That I remember the story of Saxton building that. It was like a hope and a dream, making it happen. Had to like politic to get it to happen. It was a big deal. So they will, possibly they'll consider it. Someone said that
RC.
Someone said that race time would be a great one, but I'll tell you right now, it's okay. Damon said it. Race time will not. Dave does not want any part of Roar, IFMAR, or anything like that. He's very content with what he's doing. He could do it. That's not what he wants.
But could you imagine, one of these smaller stadiums in any town, any city in America, doesn't freaking matter. Any of these smaller AA team baseball stadiums, having it on the billboards, having it broadcasted to the whole town, and having the whole town showing up for that 1/8 scale Worlds of this stuff, and having even Traxxas out in the parking lot doing their thing and freaking all that stuff going on. That's where that's how you grow RC, is doing something like that.
Definitely wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Definitely wouldn't hurt.
Because I know people have talked about it here in California, doing it like at different equestrian centers. Like Norco has one, City Industry has one, where they have a big cover, no poles. It's dirt already out there. You just throw a track out there and run with it.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, I think for the bigger races, like Chris was talking about doing from TNR, doing something at that Norco Equestrian Center over there. But man, what about these little mini stadiums? We've got these micro stadiums all over the place, right? They're not like a,
True.
I don't even know the name of it, Angel Stadium. They're not like that. They're like a micro version of that. And we hold these big races there.
We have Quake Stadium.
Yeah, Rancho
one in
Cucamonga, Quake Stadium.
Stadium.
That's just stuff we know, but they're everywhere for these bigger baseball teams locally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we could have these big ass races there. I don't know how much they cost. I don't know how hard it is, whatnot. But to get eyes in front of it for the worlds, I think for the worlds, we should have more people than RC racers watching the worlds.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Word.
They got to throw the money out there. That's the key thing. You got to have somebody.
Well, you get everybody involved. You get everybody to join in. You get A-Main, all the big players. All the big brands.
I think A-Main could definitely handle it. They're going crazy right now. A-Main is the new building, the new track they have. They're blowing up. They're next.
At these stadiums, this little micro stadium. They're having midget wrestling there this Friday. Midget wrestling rented out the little stadium by my house. If my worlds can make it happen.
I don't know. Midget wrestling is pretty big, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
It's pretty heavy. There were 700 people watching midget wrestling at DNC.
It's not IFMAR that is making it happen. It's got to be a promoter and a track that makes it happen. And most promoters in America, especially, are not going to do something for nothing. Everybody in America, maybe that's what I'm saying. Like Brian Eider.
Well, you're talking about doing.
He might lose a little money. Brian might lose a little bit of money because he wants a worlds really bad. Like he wants that feather in the cap. But most business people or people that do it for a living won't do it unless they know it's not going to lose money. It's going to at the very least break even. And that's very hard to do at the world's level. Now, A-Main, like Nick was saying, could do it. They could use it as a publicity, in means of publicity, and use it as marketing and write it off and have the money to spend whether they make it or not. Not a lot of companies like LCRC, Thornhill, myself, like different places, and Dave won't do it because Dave does it to make money and he doesn't care about a world champion. He feels like his race are world style races. So and I don't even think Joey would do it if he knew he wasn't going to make money or could lose money. It's
just hard to
worlds.
Yeah, it's just hard to
You're talking
justify
about all of them
spending
losing money. Whoever's going to do it is going to lose money. That's what you were
Yeah,
speaking
you're
of
losing
before.
You're losing 50 grand, so it might as well be a write-off.
Losing money.
Right. So it's got to be
Because
somebody that
can
lose it and make.
Example.
Go ahead.
I give you a good example. A few years back, Onroad World was here at Steel City. I know the guy that did it. It was here at the Auto Club. He spent $90,000 out of his pocket and make none of it back. 90 grand.
Exactly.
And it's a state-of-the-art facility, which now is closed.
Anybody can
think
hold
about
this
things like,
at any of these venues that people are saying in our chat. And what you guys in the chat need to realize, some promoter has to put it on, put up the money, make sure everything happens, do everything that's required by the IFMAR to make sure that the worlds goes off properly. You got to have opening ceremonies. You got to have closing ceremonies. It's all part of it. And everything has to be on your dime. You get very little bit of the money back through entries. The only money you make back is sponsorship. And the fact of the matter is, the only people that can afford to do that are either people that are really wealthy, that don't care if they lose money and just want to do it because they just want to be able to say, I did it, or a company like A-Main who will use that money as an advertising budget for the rest of the RC world to watch that world, and everything is about A-Main during that event. So it's not going to be easy for anyone in America to get that event unless they're willing to lose $25,000 to $50,000.
Okay, so hear me out. So while DNC was going on, RC Expo was going on. Right?
Right.
So you got you got something like RC
Mhm.
Expo going on, and it's mixed with the Worlds. So you've got all these people all across the board from every genre of RC. Off-road manufacturers are getting involved, setting trucks out there. You got big off-road brands going on, putting overland vehicles, Baja trucks, all that stuff out there. Nobody's making money at an RC Expo, right? They're all paying there to push their product. So instead of just having the Worlds be a race where people are going to watch this race, you turn it into somewhat of an RC festival.
Sure.
Okay. So you go to these mini stadiums, you've got Traxxas, you've got all these other brands promoting and trying to sell their shit in the parking lot, doing their expos, demos, all that stuff. They had kids racing, they had on road, they had mini Z, they had rock crawlers, axials there. I'm talking all the freaking brands. And why not, while you're having something like this, you're having the Worlds go on at the same time?
Great
The
idea.
biggest RC race there is. So you've got all the brand sponsorship. You've got the big brand sponsorship, the ready to run shit that makes all the money versus us, which is like the tiniest smidgen of the RC industry there is, the racing. That's going on in the stadium that anybody could they pay an entry, $20-$30 to get in. They go check out Axial, they go check out Traxxas, and then they go see Ryan Mayfield go out there smoking everybody on the track while that's going on. Whether they care or not about the racing doesn't matter. Everybody's paying an entry fee. All the vendors are paying for everybody to be selling their products, and you have something that can make money rather than 200 or 400 freaking RC racers at a track that are only paying, and half the people went there for free.
Yeah.
That's
very great concept.
That's what it could be.
I had the same idea for Supercross. You have Supercross. You had like A1. You have build a track in the parking lot. A1's going on, but we have qualifiers during the day while they're doing the pit walks. People can watch, and then from there, we go watch motocross later on. Sunday we have the mains at the same spot. That would be an epic thing right there.
Yeah, you can bring in all kinds of other sponsors. Look at Anthony Westergaard's race.
People like Feld Motorsports, though. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No.
They're going to want a piece.
Yeah, people like Feld Motorsports is going to want a piece. They're not going to just let you put up a track out front without bringing in some sponsorship dollars. Everything about events like that is about bringing money in. So all great ideas, but one thing we all have to keep in mind is everything you're saying takes money and people. You have to have people in place to get all the vendors for that RC Expo that you're talking about. You got to have space for all of that. I mean,
they do it every year in Pomona.
I'm not saying it's impossible. This isn't. I'm just trying to be real about putting on events.
Why did they break up the first year? Remember when they had the RC Expo? They had a race with Adam.
They had nitro races there with all the pros,
and then it happened one time, and then they broke up. So I wonder, why did they break up?
Probably didn't make them any money, and when it doesn't make money, they don't want to put time into it. And it's a lot of people.
I get it. I get that.
Easy. It's not easy to make this stuff happen. And
I can tell you what happened with that. Joey was the one that put on the actual race indoors for the dirt part of it. The promoter brought him in to do it. But the thing is, the promoter didn't want to pay out afterwards. That's the reason why RCX started falling. And that's why a lot of people didn't start supporting it because of that reason. Because one year they did it where they had off-road on the inside and they had on-road on the outside. It was a lot of people there, a lot of people supporting. But then from there, when the promoter didn't want to jack up the money, people walked away.
I agree with this, Chris Van.
We're just bouncing ideas off of each other, Chris Van. I mean, it shouldn't be something that somebody holds the Worlds and loses money. It should be an incentive for a track to want to hold the Worlds.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? It shouldn't be something where they fucking lose
one right now.
That's stupid.
Hey,
that is so dumb for like the track. Yeah, cheers. The track in Redavon, they shouldn't have lost money on the Worlds. They should be making a fuck ton of money on doing the Worlds.
Hopefully this time they do, because they spent all the money on the infrastructure to do what they had to do for that one. Maybe they do this time. And you're right. And we have the same issue with Roar right now. I'm a perfect example and know about it. There's not a lot of room to make money holding a national unless you're the Fuel Nats. And the Fuel Nats, it's not easy, but it's not hard to make money. Every other national Roar puts on in this country is hard to make money right now. And a lot of it's because of participation, but A-scale nitro buggy, nitro truggy is king. And that's the only thing that makes any kind of money at this point in this country with RC. So if we just keep on, everyone's supporting everything. I know we all have certain things we like to do. Not everyone wants to on-road or do oval or drag race. Most of us are, 90% of the racing community is off-road, and probably 70% of that 90% is A-scale only at this point. So we have to support RC as a whole, but in the same token, we also have to understand we're so small as a whole that a lot of people are trying to make money off of a small pie. And it's tough. It's a very tough industry. And so people are real hesitant to just put themselves out there to try to do something great and not get anything out of it. It's very difficult because there's just so hard to bring money in from outside, and it's very hard to bring money from the inside. So everything we've talked about is great concepts, great ideas. I'm not shooting them down. I'm not saying you guys are wrong. I'm just saying, as a realist and someone that does it for a living, it's not easy. And I can see why a lot of people don't want to just jump up and be like, I got it. I'm your guy. I'll do it.
Join forces. Let's go, guys.
Which would be awesome. Like, hey, A-Main, I'm in. Beach RC, right. A-Main, Worlds, let's do it. I'll do whatever I can. But if there's that out there, then let's work together. If somebody like A-Main can do it on their own, those are the ones that are going to go for it because they have the most to gain from it, and they have the resources and the cash flow to pay for it. So it's tough, man. It's tough. I would love to see this done in an arena personally. I would love to see it in a Silver State style or PNB style environment, because I would like to see the equal playing field, that everybody comes and has the exact same experience. No one gets an advantage from a track that's been in for years or months, or one that's glued or one that falls apart. I'd like to see a consistent, good track that was built this week and that everybody has to learn in the same 6 practice sessions or whatever. That's how I would like to see it. But
there's such a huge advantage of having it at your local track.
Absolutely.
Huge.
Worlds should always be held at
a new area.
At least at a
RC
location.
festival.
Yeah, or at least somewhere where it is a new track. No matter what, there should never be any question. If you're holding a Worlds, the track has to be 100% new. It should never even be a question. That should never be a question.
Whose local track is that?
The Baldos.
No, but who's the local drivers?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Baldos.
Baldo.
Oh, the Baldos.
The Baldo brothers.
Where's Baldo?
There's 2 Baldo brothers, and not a ton of other guys that are world renowned.
Angaro's not far from here.
Well, Angaro's Italy, but yeah, he's not far, and Canas isn't far, and all those Europeans can get to that track in a day. It's way different for Americans for sure.
Definitely.
Word.
Yeah, I'm sorry for killing the vibe, guys.
No, not at all, dude.
Vibe,
You made this awesome, Tyrone.
For sure. We appreciate you, and thanks for listening.
Hey, one thing is I wanted to say, another neutral track that was real cool back in the day when they did it, the one in England. What was that race? Oh, what's the name of that place? Where all the top drivers used to go to that race. It was somewhere in England. I forgot what the name.
Oh,
of it.
yeah,
that,
it was
that was
Neo Buggy.
Compton, dog. That
Neo
was
Neo Buggy?
Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg,
Neo Buggy.
Suge was
no,
out
not
Neo
there.
Buggy.
Inglewood, dude. He said
Yeah, no,
England,
Neo-
bro.
England.
God
Oh.
Inglewood.
Inglewood.
Neo Buggy, that was a cool
All
race.
the top drivers went to Inglewood. Oh my God.
Neo Buggy was a cool one because it was like you said, it was a level playing field. All the top drivers came out and they would battle.
Yeah,
There was no set driver that had the upper hand.
they still do that. It's called DXF or something like that. It's not as big. They've kind of ruined it from what I understand. But man, it would be great for Neo to come back because that's kind of a cheap flight for most Americans to get to England. That it's kind of like one of the closer of the Euros. But yeah, that's done.
Yeah.
That was a good one. All
Right
right.
on, Tyrone. Well, thanks for calling in, man.
you
Appreciate
have
it.
a
I'll
good
see you
night.
out there.
No doubt.
You going to JBRL this
See you guys
weekend?
soon. If I don't see you this weekend, I'm gonna actually go and go to Rev to try to do some setup stuff. I'm trying to get ready for Silver State.
Damn.
I don't want
Right
to run
on,
for
man.
15 minutes. I don't want to run for 15 minutes to sit there for 12 hours
I want to go to
Sorry.
Silver State.
and not sorry.
Word. With that note, thanks for being on the Wheel and Sugar podcast with Brent and me and Subtrim.
Subtrim.
Subtrim. I love it. I love it. I love my new nickname.
Nick fucking Subtrim Hernandez.
Subtrim, bro.
Fuck,
Subtrim's in the fucking house.
Nick, you've been on for almost 2 hours now. How's it feel?
I feel like Subtrim.
He yawned. He yawned a minute ago, bro.
Just so burnt.
Hey, Brent, you're not going to Silver State, or you are going?
No,
What'd you just say right now?
No,
You can't go?
No.
Are you Adrian Ramos? Are you blackballed from fucking South Point, or what'd you do?
No. South Point welcomes me. I lose a lot of money on their tables. I just can't go this year, man. I was trying to get out there for a few days just to party and say hey to everybody, but I have a week-long trip almost a week right after that, and I had to choose between doing work or doing that work, and the fun work's gonna have to wait until next year, unfortunately. So
Bummer.
So yeah,
I guess
Bummerville.
my next big
Population
trip
you,
is
man.
Nationals. It'll be my next long trip. Nationals and then Worlds.
that'll
Wicked
be fun.
Weekend.
Word.
Nationals, Wicked Weekend in July. Well, then we got RC Pro-Am in July, which you're coming out for that, so I'll see you there. And
Yeah,
then,
I'll be there.
And
Definitely.
then we'll go to Spain and then Fall Brawl and Peach State. So still a lot of big races to go for me this year.
Man, it just got busy, man. It like down here, there's something going on every weekend for the next 2 months. It's gonna be bananas.
Once April hits, dude, it's over. The year's over for me. And then any weekends I have off in the summertime is spent on the river. So, and I don't get a lot of those. Maybe
Yeah, it
2
just
or
seems
3.
like there's like a couple new promoters coming up, and then everybody's hosting like 3 or 4 races now, and it's like we're just busy in SoCal now.
So much going on. So much going on.
Is Wally Build's gonna hold more than one race, and is there still gonna be the Reese 500 or 24-hour
Beats
Reese?
me.
Or what is
I
it?
try and keep going with the Reese. I keep talking to him to try and do another one, dude, because that was the funnest shit ever.
That was actually pretty fun.
It was
a good
super fun. But yeah, who knows what he wants to do?
He should do it.
He should do it. He should do it.
What was his take on why he wouldn't do it?
No, there's no take on why he wouldn't do it. It's just a matter of doing it.
Sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze.
It was.
I mean,
what did? I mean, it wasn't about the juice or the squeeze. It was. I don't know why he's not doing it. I think I just need to make him a flyer and set a date, and then we'll have a race.
And then do it. Yeah, we can do it.
I think that's,
that's
all that's holding it back.
Can you consult with me so maybe I can make one?
The Reese Cup,
dude. The Reese Cup was so dope. It was so.
I want
fun.
in.
It was
dude. I
actually
want on a
pretty fun.
team that can win.
It was so.
That's
I don't want
pretty
on
hard.
a scrub team.
But we got Nick's race coming up in 2 weeks, and then Silver State, And yeah, man, that's about all my brain could hold right now for knowing what's going on.
If I can find a cheap ticket in the next few days and find a couch to crash on, I might make Silver State for like 3 days.
Just come for
There you
Friday,
go.
Saturday. You're out Sunday.
I have to be home Sunday.
Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's Vegas, bro. It doesn't close, and we party every fucking night.
All right, I'm staying at Sub Trims. So
Sub Trim's got a suite with a heart-shaped
Sub Trim
fucking
Suites,
spa.
dude. Oh my gosh, how about that?
Heart-shaped spa, and you're welcome to sleep in there if you want.
all right, I think I got it then.
I got my van too. Is gonna be there. You can sleep in there. You can go all TJ'd out.
I ain't doing no
Yeah.
TJ shit, bro.
Dude, TJ is a fucking hardcore dude.
He is. I
He's the
love
I
that.
like his style, bro.
He's the
He's
best.
almost
What's
like
funny is
Chase.
he
That's what's
expected
funny.
that for me.
Yeah, no,
I
I
went
was
to
I was
Florida.
expecting when I walked up in the morning, I was expecting his fucking pants off underneath the van, pulling a Chase, peeing all over himself. I was like, bro, Chase, you in there?
Bro, he's
That's why
chewing
we're
gum,
such
bro.
good buddies, dude.
He's chewing the masturbates off.
He gets it.
He was
He
chewing.
gets
He
it.
was on it. I
He
like his
gets it.
style though. It was pretty sick.
All
TJ
right,
rules.
let's fucking end this fucking show.
Yeah, my phone's
Yeah.
about to die. I'm about to lose you guys.
Bro, you ain't got
Yeah.
a charger in that warehouse?
I
You should
do, but
into
you know
it.
what? My phone stand is 3 sets of tires and the hole is plugged, so I'm fucked.
Dude, I got
Talk
3
to
car
Chase.
stands holding up my
talk to
whole
Chase,
studio.
Get yourself some car stands, dude. You'll be
I
fucking
don't,
well.
dude.
way
I don't
better.
have a studio. Sub Trim only has servo horns and fucking. I don't have the studio. I need to make a studio. You know.
Camden Line
Okay.
coming in hot to end the show.
What'd he say?
He says, hands off, we're rolling Sub Trim.
Oh man, dude, Sub Trim is gonna stick like you have.
I mean,
Dude.
it is.
Joker
It is what
Snyder
it is.
comes through with the nickname of the year, dude.
Fucking
Feeling
Sub
Trigger
Trim.
featuring Sub
Dude,
Trim.
Mickey Slims is calling out the Sub Trim.
Oh, fuck,
Oh,
I love it,
man.
dude.
I love it.
All right, well, I love you guys.
That's such a cool
man.
nickname.
I love our fucking people that actually stick through this. We had like 100 at little over 100. We've been at 75 all night. You guys fucking
What's up, Jeff G?
rad. We're gonna be back in 2 weeks for sure. Because right after that 2 weeks, I'll just come off my first nationals, holding nationals at my shop. So I'll have plenty of shit to talk, I'm sure, at that point. Yeah. So keep it real, Chase. Man, just keep looking good, bro.
Hey, thanks, man. I think you should end this show with a new disclaimer for anybody that didn't get to see it. It's pretty solid.
You want me to end it with it?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Stick
Good night,
around.
Nick.
26 seconds of pure stupidness that I came up with not too long ago.
30 seconds before the show.
Yeah, it does happen 30 seconds before the show also. But Sub Trim, I love you, man. It's good seeing you. I'm going to see you soon. I hope maybe Silver State. If I can find a cheap ticket, I might fly out there and sleep in your
Yeah,
heart.
fly out there because I'm.
Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, buddies. Have a good one.
Peace to all of you.
The following podcast is a group of people who will be talking shit, drinking, using cuss words and living their best lives. The opinions or views expressed do not necessarily reflect the views of their sponsors, supporters or anyone important outside of the 4 walls of the show. If you are not 18 or older, we suggest talking to your parents about this podcast before watching it and becoming scarred for life. We hope you will enjoy this and not get butthurt or become a keyboard warrior after taking it all in. Thank you for watching and supporting us on our journey.